of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hello, welcome in. Good afternoon from El Paso, Texas. Just past 3 p.m. here. Episode number 59 of the Untitled series here on United Spurs of America. How are you doing, everybody? I am, of course, feeling too blessed to be stressed. I hope you're feeling the same way. We are chugging through the week, and on Saturday, y'all already know what we got. Our opponents on Saturday play tomorrow. It's interesting. I say no Carabao Cup, no problem. But before we kick things off, before we get really into the nitty-gritty, well, there's not really nitty-gritty to get into, let's be honest. I'm still feeling good about the North London Derby. I think tomorrow's when I'm really going to pivot and start. I'm going to watch Liverpool, dissect what they do, and then at least with their backups, I'm assuming they're going to play some backups because we'll see. One hell of an intro, Jacob. Really good job here that you're doing. I'm here. Chewy's here. I don't know what more you're looking for here on United Spurs of America, except for Michael. We love Michael. Shout out Michael, the busy boy. But how are we all doing? Got a poll in the chat. Got something new in the chat as well, but I'll get to that in 1 second. The question for today is, how do we feel about our new era Spurs? Super NES, baby. How do we feel about it? How does it feel to you? There's a few options there. Right now, 58% says thrilled, moist, and excited for the future. I personally am there. So 58% of you are on the same wavelength as me. And honestly, if that don't make me dance a little bit in my chair, I don't know what will. But how we doing? 27% says love what I see, but more work to do. Obviously, more work to do. More things to come. We will be eventually taking an L at some point. I mean, maybe we won't, but at some point we have to drop a bad result. We are still undefeated in the Premier League. Speaking of undefeated, I want to say a quick shout out to Sava from Football Heritage TV. I've got pinned in the chat right now. I've got it starred in my chat as well. I know there ain't too many of us in the house right now, but if you are watching this live or on playback, I will plug this a little bit later on, but I'm going to leave it up through the duration of the show. This is the link. Go support one of our own, Sava from Football Heritage TV. He is the only Spurs finalist. Now, it's very simple and it's very easy to do. I'm going to do it live on air for you. I'm going to show you. It'll take, if you have 90 seconds, I would say it takes. That's depending on your bandwidth. Maybe your children are watching, streaming something, and it might take you 95 seconds. But either way, it does not take you long. I literally did it during the countdown to this show, just to show you an example. So obviously you can open up new browsers and you can continue voting. But if you want to do the simple, easy way, here, I'm going to go ahead and share this tab with every single one of you so you can see. It'll take you, this is what it will look like. You click the link pinned to the top of the chat. You click that. It will take you here. Now, you can either scroll or you can just click this little drop down tab, go to best new content creator. Let me zoom this in for you. Make it easier to see. You see these options? Best new content creator. It will drop you down, and here it is right here. On your left, best new content creator. As you can see, I've already voted, so I can't vote twice. But there it is. It'll be a menu, look like this. You just open it up. Oh, hang on. It's not actually showing you, but let's see. Boom. It's not actually showing you the menu, the options, but it'll pull up like a little drop down list and you can pick from that who you want to vote for. So obviously you can't do it again, but there it is. Take you fucking 60 seconds. Not long at all. He's the only Spurs rep. So if you're not doing it for the culture, for the vibes, for the love, for the goatness, do it for the love of Tottenham Hotspur. Because honestly, to have one of our own as a finalist, I think that's pretty special. And it's someone I know. It's someone who's been a supporter of this channel from whatever day I met him during the journey of this channel. But he did help us get over that line of 1K initially, and that's months and months ago, and he's continued to help us grow. He's given us a platform to speak on, a much larger platform than we have here on the channel. So at any moment you can go ahead and go ahead and drop a vote for the guy one time. Voting ends in October, so you've got a couple weeks to do it. It takes you 90 seconds to go ahead and do that. So there you are. I'll leave that pinned at the top. Let me say what's up to the chat. Again, like I said, I had something a little different off the top I wanted to talk to y'all about. And that is that go vote for Sava while you can. Vote Sava, one of our own. I haven't even lowered the music. Still in the intro music. Here we go. Let me lower that down for everybody. How are we doing again? Happy Tuesday. We are almost at the midweek juncture. Hope everyone's feeling good. Let me see who got first place prize today. That will be Kate with Just a Girl Who... You get double first prize again. You showing up for the McDouble prize. It says, big up Jacob. Big up Kate with Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Another great content creator. Next year, it's you, Kate. Next year, you the one. Josh Singh is in the house as well. Says, I know you're a Sonny fan, so maybe you can add this analysis of Son. Amazing breakdown of why Son should be respected and could be a threat of the Golden Boot this season. Goes on to say there's a YouTube video by 442 on Sonny. It is a great analysis and should be spoken about a good topic. It's called Why Tottenham's Son Heung-min Deserves Way More Respect. And honestly, I did watch it. I saw your chat come in way before the show started. I was like, cool. 9-minute video, watched it, loved it. These are things I've been saying. Not exactly from the tactical standpoint, but from a fan standpoint, an amateur standpoint, if I may, that Sonny was not done. It was just the way that he was being utilized. Obviously, there's a bunch of numbers that he brings up during this video that back up the fact that obviously he's way more advanced in every single statistical category. But it was a good video. I do recommend it for any... This guy's not a Tottenham fan, and he's giving props to Son Heung-min. And I think a lot of Spurs fans and a lot of rival fans all were writing this guy off. And this guy admitted he was one of those who wrote this guy off. But now he's got to pay him some more respect, and that's why he did this video. So it is a great video, great suggestion, Josh Singh. I also watched another great video today. I think it's titled something like "Basuma is just an absolute joke," because honestly, that was a great video too. Basuma is that guy. Big up Jamie Gitt says, big up Jacob can't stay and play today. Just to say Arsenal's injury crisis we inflicted on them is 20% physical and 80% mental. It is in the title. It was interesting, the narrative, as soon as the game ended, it was this, they're now in an injury crisis. And if you read some of the stuff that's coming out today, they seem to be in quite the crisis. That's actually the first tweet I'm going to pull up. Let me just go ahead and be shameless real quick. Let's share this. Here we go. So I saw this, had to bookmark it and share it with all of you. Big up Jamie Gitt. So I guess this was Arteta's press conference. Says on Saka, quote, he hasn't been able to participate in training. I think that's hilarious. That's a hilarious line. I mean, I know it's probably because he's injured or he's hurt or whatever, but I just find it funny. I feel like his pride, his ego, it all got stripped away from him at the weekend. And you know what? Now he can't participate in training. It's just kind of funny. On Rice, he also hasn't trained yet. He's still uncomfortable. So that's two players we've taken out. Now, Martinelli and Trossard are the next two that they do not have available. But we didn't even see them. But as far as Saka and Rice, I guess we're just adding to their woes. And that makes me pretty happy as a Tottenham Hotspur fan, if I'm honest with you. Because when you think about the amount of disrespect we got, again, I'm not trying to over-celebrate 1 point away from home, but it is 1 point away from home versus a top six club. So there is still something to take out of that, I think, pridefully as a Spurs fan. But as well as, just look at these fools. They're breaking apart at Ange ball when you bring it to them. That's what I've been saying. Everyone who, you know, I think has bought in at this point has all said, Ange ball is going to break you at some point. Some teams, like Man United, it took about the 45th minute till we really broke them down. Some teams like Burnley, it's 25 minutes. I mean, some want to fight the fight that we bring to them, but some don't. Some absolutely don't. Saka was fighting the fight. I will give him that. He was fighting the fight, but honestly, Destiny Ugodi, after that yellow, absolutely cleaned up his game. He was fantastic for me. Rice couldn't even go the full 90 minutes. 45-minute Rice, what are we talking about? Is that some kind of food? Shout out Uncle Ben. Also, big up to Caption Grandma's in the house. Says, good day, Jacob. Haven't got a clue what Super NES makes my luggage drip means. Oh, Caption Grandma. Appreciate you being here. Says, but that's what I voted for. Looking forward to the show. My old China plate. I don't know what my old China plate means, but I'm glad that you find me. If you're calling me the China plate, I think that's a very nice compliment. Thank you very much. Chris Peters, big up Jacob. Come on, you Spurs 10-inch club in the house. Shout out Chris Peters, member of that 10-inch club. Big shout out to you, sir. Every single time. Shout out Alan 10-inch Sibley as well. Jazz Fusion, good news injury-wise for us at least. Yeah, that's why I'm having this one up, because it's just funny. It's just funny to me. The Brennan Johnson scan's coming back good. James Madison sounds like he's going to be all right. Milton Nobrega is in the house. Good afternoon, Jacob, and everyone in the chat. Who do you guys think will start against Liverpool this week? And big up Chewy. Big up Chewy indeed. He's doing his job. He showed up for the show today. We'll see how long he lasts, but good afternoon, Milton. Hope you're well. Jazz Fusion. First 8 pick themselves. Solly, Sun, Kulu, most likely beside. Oh, you're talking about that starting 11. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't need to think about that. We're still in the calming stages, because when I start thinking about Liverpool, I actually get a little bit concerned and worried, and it's going to be our biggest test. I was just speaking on Destiny Ugodi. Mohamed Salah is not Mohamed Salah is not Buhu Saka. Buhu Saka is not Mohamed Salah. So when you look at the matchup next week, I'm absolutely more concerned, but I think this is great, because iron sharpens iron. You put one of the world's, some would argue the world's best right now, right winger. You throw him in there. Let's see what Destiny can do versus him. This is arguably some of the world's best. Look what we did against title challengers in Arsenal. We went to their house, brought our game, and they weren't able to keep up for full 90. Declan Rice couldn't go the full 45. They paid $105 million for that guy. That shit's hilarious to me. I'm going to keep going back to the chat. Ravi in the house. Big up Ravi. Big up Colin with Talking Ball. Go support Colin with Talking Ball. Each and every time. Call him, feel free whenever you want. Drop your link. Just drop it in there, and let's see. Someone may click it. You never know. There again is the link. Go vote. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Go vote for Football Heritage TV in the Football Content Awards. Best new creator. He is. In just over a year, he's gotten over 11,000 subscribers. If that body of work don't speak for itself, then, I don't know what will, but talk to me nicely. Chris Peters already voted. Your turn next year. Nope, I'm not in the UK. I don't participate in these UK awards. I'm more than happy to support others though. Drula, evening Jacob and all. Big up Drula, how you doing? Woodsy TV, another YouTube chat member. How you doing, Woodsy? Everyone's saying hello to each other. Isn't that nice? Showing the love in the chat. I love the love in the chat. Keep it going. How many votes and likes do we got? I ain't even said like the video, but now I'm going to say go ahead and like that video. I see 49 likes, 49 votes and 35 likes. And there's just over 50 of y'all. So Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. We can get them votes up. We can get them likes up. It's free. It costs you nothing. It's your way to participate as well as the chat. I like to try and go above and beyond for the viewer. Because who isn't a viewer? I view podcasts. I view different channels' contents. So, pause for the cause, Hydration Nation. My throat has spoken. Talk to me nicely indeed. Mr. K's in the house. Hi, everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Mr. K. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Big up indeedy. Smash a like, everyone. Smash it on your way in. It's like I always equate it to grabbing free beer on your way into the party. It doesn't cost you anything, and all it does is make the party better. So why not go ahead and spread the immaculate vibes? That's what we're all about here. Come on now. Gio Rea in the house. Another YouTube chat member. A lot of YouTube chat members. I feel like I say that a lot. Big up yourself right now, Gio Rea. And thank you, everyone, for the support of the channel. It does mean a lot to me. Does mean a lot. Elvis G, another one. Evening, Jacob in the chat. So many salty Arsenal fans all over the social media. They are rattled. They are absolutely rattled. I enjoy what... I'm going to be real shameless right now. There wasn't any Spurs YouTubers on. So I did watch some Chelsea and I did watch some Arsenal channels, and I might say at this time, it's some good comedy. It's funny. They're all losing it, man. The sky is falling, and I love to see it. Scott M has hit a thumbs down. I don't know why Scott M hit a thumbs down, but he says, "Big up, Jacob. Hope you're doing well." Embarrassing. You didn't like the match. So you're saying we still suck, but we've been lucky so far. Is that what you voted, Scott? Is that what I'm to understand here? Kate says Sava's an absolute legend and a top guy. please go support him as well. That's what Case says. Rich, big up Jacob, another YouTube chat member, big up. Done for Sava, good man. Go ahead, there you go. Another one for you, Sava. Haha, Jacob, don't think it'll ever be me. Yeah, you never know. You are a new content creator as well. Next year, you'll be doing it for a year, so there you go. And then everyone will have to go to Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs and say, talk to me nicely. Hope your gorgeous boy and beautiful wife are both okay. They are. My son's going down for a nap. Beautiful times ahead, indeed. Let's see here. As a Chelsea fan, I've never written off Son. I'd have him at Chelsea any day. Big up Cursor. And congratulations as well to you and yours and your new bouncing baby boy, I believe it was. Forgive me if it's a giggly girl, but I believe it's a bouncing boy. So shout out Cursor. I'm very happy for you and your family. Steady as Shark says, we're in all kinds of crisis last year when they beat us. So whatever. It's interesting you say that because I do have something I did want to share with y'all. I guess this is not last year, but this is 2 years. Look at this. Check this out real quick. This was our tweet. Let's see the date. September 26th. So literally a year ago or 2 years ago today, this was our starting lineup in the North London Derby. Just look at that. Talk to me nicely. That was 2 years ago. It's hilarious. Let's all cry for the injured arses. Yep, go ahead and cry. Keep crying, baby. Udogi broke Saka. I mean, the guy can't participate in training. What is that supposed to tell me? I think Boohoo Saka, he got to keep crying. What about 007 Havertz? 007 Havertz, I think also Mason Mount. I don't know if he has a goal or assist today, but wouldn't that be 007 as well? Boohoo Saka. You could argue an injury crisis is what you deserve when you spend 170 mil on 2 players. Yeah, 2 players, and both of them put in 45 minutes each. So they paid so much money for 45 minutes apiece. They can't even keep up with Ange Ball. Talk to me nicely, indeed. China play equals mate. Okay, very nice. I'll take that. That sounds good to me. Bakayo may have hit himself in the leg with one of his darts. It took a ricochet off the wall and it went right into his foot or something. That man's crying. Hey, that's what I've said it. I said it yesterday. I said it on all the bigger I've said it on all the bigger channels, all the bigger places as well. That you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done the dart celebration. Boohoo Saka. And I'm not surprised that he's doing a bunch of crying because honestly, I don't blame him. Arteta, the guy that's leading him, he does a lot of crying himself. So I don't know if you've seen the footage from him after we equalized 2-2, 30 seconds after they've just finished celebrating a penalty that is, 50-50 question. We'll see who, I think different people, different strokes for different folks on that ruling there. But either way, we got 2 goals in open play. They got 1 off a deflection and 1 off of a 50-50 penalty. So it's kind of funny to me. And this guy celebrated both like he really did something. I mean, congrats on being able to score your penalty. Shout out to Euros 2020. That's all I'm going to say on that. Don't whinge about squad depth when you spent 600 mil under Arteta. Big up talking ball. Free beer, guys. Salah is less than Saka. I said it. You're wrong, Colin, but it's okay. We're all wrong about things in life. I feel Tom Dick. Well, hope you like it, I guess. Ian Carter, evening crew. Big up, Ian Carter. Dundada Diamond is in the house. Like, share, subscribe. Support the quality channel as you continue to get quality content on a consistent basis. Boom, boom, pow. And there's a diamond in there. So if you didn't know, there you go. Patty Hartnett, evening, buddy. Hope you're keeping good. Big up, Patty. Hey, Patty, look, I just got the new supporters club flag. So I got both of them now. I got last year and I got. So this is very nice. They sent me that welcome pack, and it's like a birthday party. There's balloons and fucking other shit. I may hang it up. I don't know. You should be concerned, but I can't wait for what could be the wildest game of the year in that league. All right. Dyer greater than Saka, says Rich. That's funny. Big up Jim, just a guy who loves Spurs. Hope you're keeping well and resting up, my friend. Good evening to you. Says hi, Jacob. Hope you and the family are well, my friend. Course. Big up indeed. Big up Jacob. Just grabbed my free beer. I appreciate that. How many people grabbed their free beer? 51 of y'all done walked in here and grabbed the free beer, and I appreciate that because that's love for the love. And you know me, I'm a lover, and I love love. And the vibes, the more immaculate they are, the more love there is in the house. Bringing that free beer, hitting the like, cost you nothing, makes the vibes just that much more immaculate. Kudo. Am I supposed to say that like that? Kudo. I don't know how you want me to pronounce that, but big up Kudo says, this might give us the chance to stay up above Arsenal, though Liverpool will be another big test. Shout out Kudo, that will be absolutely another big test. Daniel Sandoval in the house. Big up One Love. Big up Daniel Sandoval each and every time. Big up Nick Brown says, hi, Jacob. Looking forward to see what's happening. Hey, you never know what's happening, but hey, what's happening with you? How you doing, Nick Brown? Another YouTube chat member. I believe someone gifted that to you, so shout out whoever that was. I can't remember. I think it was Wayne Bonner. I think Wayne Bonner was in here blessing everybody. There he is, the man, Football Heritage TV. He's going to be here in a little bit to plug his voting, but I've gone ahead and already done that. But the more y'all hear, again, just a friendly reminder, pinned in the chat right now, takes you 30 seconds. I just showed you how to do it live on air. You want to see one more time? Bow. You click that link. It takes you to this page. This is what it will look like when you click that link. Drop down menu. Click that. Best new content creator right here, baby. Boom. Takes you right here to the, not young content creator, but best new content creator. It'll bring you a little drop down menu similar to all these ones that you see. One of the options will be Football Heritage TV. Hit that, scroll to the bottom, hit vote now, boom. Bada bing, bada boom is done. Quick as you like. If you have 90 seconds, support one of our own. That porn star mustache is getting bigger every day. Hey, just wait for the, I call it the freedom stash. So I need to get like a bald eagle or something, like a soundboard, and it just every time I do a talk about my freedom stash. I really did it as well because that Jota guy, he's got one and I kind of liked it, and then we were talking about maybe we sign him, yada yada. Ravi says, Jacob, did you ever watch One Touch TV with the Arsenal fan? I was on a show, I think on Staffy TV, shout out Staffy TV, for North London Derby preview. We had a nice little back and forth. I actually texted him after the match. I sent him the 50 Cent meme, you know, the one where he's in the car and he drives off like, ha ha, and he just said, this is Ange leaving your stadium right now. He said, fair play, but we're definitely going to try and link up in the future. He's a good guy. He's funny. He talks a lot with his chest, and I respect it, honestly. Yeah, Sava is even going to come on this channel. Yep, that's right. Big up Dub Shaman. Big up Jacob. Sir Alex came from Scotland. Wenger came from Japan. Big Ange came from both, and schooled by Puskas. Anytime I hear Puskas, I think about this man right here who won the Puskas. Such a great goal. One of my favorite goals I've ever seen live, by the way, was Heung-min Son's Puskas goal against Burnley. Chris, who cares if the Goons got injuries? We are Ange's Army. Yep, fuck them. Bang on. That was my vote in the poll. Scott, I knew it. I know you too well, my friend. The Spurs keeper looks solid. Hey, talk to me nicely, Sicario. I've told you from the beginning, trust the Sicario. He will hold you down. He will hold you down indeed. I'm just gonna leave that up right there. I think there it is. I think that thing's pretty funny to look at, if I'm quite honest. I know if it doesn't deserve a like and subscribe, I don't know what does. There you go. Hansi G, Arsenal supporters are still thinking they can win the Premier Cups. You know what? A lot of people are still saying that they are title challengers. And you know what? Hey, that's fine. You want to give them that title. But talk to Tottenham nicely is what I say. And that's the title of the thumbnail if you saw on your way in. It's time to talk to Tottenham nicely. I don't want to put too many T's, but it is time to talk to Tottenham nicely. And that's a tongue twister if I've ever heard one or said one. Sally sells seashells down by the seashore, but time to talk to Tottenham nicely, and talk to me super nicely when you talk about Tottenham, because honestly, I heard Odegaard's better than Maddison. Statistically, in all my eyes, it all proved that is incorrect since Odegaard has been in the Premier League. Look at the numbers, look at who's reigning supreme. Big up Chris, grabbing that membership. Sorry, I missed it 3 minutes ago. Became a YouTube chat member. Let me see. And then Chris Peters gifted five memberships. Big up. Let me hang on. The one thing I wish StreamYard would do better is like let me pull up something that said that Chris Peters grabbed a bunch of memberships for people. Let me see. Drula, welcome to the family. Shout out Chris Peters. Donovan's in the house. Shout out Chris Peters. You gonna make me chug my water. Just a Harmless Potato is now a member. Callum Roche is now a member. El Tel Cocarel is now a member. All of y'all can drop a thank you to Chris Peters when you get a chance. That is none other Chris Peters than the one and only 10-inch club member himself. And then Chris, just Chris, Green Chris. I'm gonna call him Green Chris because his thing is green, and Chris Peters is pink or purple. But shout out Chris, grab the membership as well. Shout out everybody becoming members. I mean, honestly, it makes me feel blessed. It makes me feel a lot of emotions, tinglies in my dinglies, in the good way, not like the perverted way. So big up. I appreciate that. Everyone grabbing them memberships. Big up Moondog in the house every single time. Shout out Moondog. Big supporter of the channel. How you doing? Let's see. The Rude Boy sound is in the house. A plug for Sava and Chris Callan. Vote shameless for their channels. It's not shameless. It's trying to support fellow people who support the same things you do. I support content creators who talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Now, anyone who knows Sava and knows me knows how much we disagree on shit, but that don't mean I don't think he's a good person and should be recognized for that. So the Rude Boy sound, that is a little Rude Boy sounding in regards to being shameless for their channel, but I don't think it's shameless at all. I'm always going to try and help out any way I can. I mean, it doesn't cost me nothing to plug Sava and help another. He's a good guy too. Behind the scenes, he's helped his channel a lot. So people only know one side of Sava, and that's what you get to see on YouTube. But I'll tell you, behind the scenes, he's always been very supportive of this channel. So if I can support him, I'll do it as well. Donovan, I can see Levy giving Ange some hokey pokey. Oh, giving him some pokey money, giving him some pokey money in January if we're in the top 4. Big up Donovan. Big up Ben Kaufman. Evening all. Big up Ben. How you doing? Archibald's in the house as well. Evening Jacob. I think Saka hyperextended his tear ducts. That's a good one, my friend. Yeah, fuck that guy. Boohoo Saka is what I gotta say. My homies, much love to everyone. Big up Mile High Hotspur with Leo. There's another great content creator that I would support as well. So I support everybody who's a good person. That's all I care about. Alan Bennett, question. Please, sir, can I see that video? Please, not seen it for a while. Oh my God. Since you put it in, I'm gonna go ahead and star that. I'll bring it up later at a better juncture. Because right now the vibes are immaculate. Maybe if I go on a rant or something, I'll have to pull that up. Big up Kudo. Just Kudo is fine. Just doubled the name because the original was taken. Fair enough. I will just call you Kudo, my friend. Big up Todd Spurs. Big up Jacob in chat. Is the title still on? Come on, you Spurs. It's on till tell me it ain't. And honestly, I feel like it is. Oh my, Chris Peters. Chris Peters is definitely sharing the love tonight. How we doing? Chris Peters talking to me nicely, very, very nicely indeed. That is 10 memberships gifted by Chris Peters tonight. So real quick, let me see who got memberships from Chris Peters. That would be Mile High Hotspur. Congratulations. You've been in part of the 10-inch club before, but welcome to it. Go ahead and say thank you to Chris Peters. Sonaldo69, nice, was also gifted a membership by Chris Peters. Balpender, you are now a United Spurs of America member. Welcome to the family. Emil Metek, you are also now a member. Thank you to Chris Peters and the Perchy TV. Perchy, whether you wanted to be a member or not, welcome to the family, my friend. It feels so nice to have you here. Welcome, everyone. I see the Football Heritage TV, a little Sava raid has come on over. Big shout out to everyone coming on over from there. And while I have you here, I have the man who sent you. So he's here to tell you this is a great place to be. Sava, how are we doing, my friend? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm good. How are you, man? Are you well?
Oh, man, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Plus, we got a point away at the Emirates. Real quick, before we get into the nitty-gritty of everything, I've already put it in the chat. Off the top, I shared my screen much like this. It's very simple, very easy to do. You click the link in the top of the chat. It brings you to a page that looks like this. All right? I'm showing them. I'm showing them how quick. It takes 45 seconds. Over 100 people in the house, they can go ahead. Over 100 people can go ahead and do this in 30 seconds, and they won't miss much of the show because I babble on a lot about things. I'm not talking Babylon. I'm talking about babble on. But go ahead and click Best New Content Creator. It will take you here on the left. Boom. There it is. Best New Content Creator. Drop down menu. You will see Football Heritage TV. Scroll to the bottom. Hit Vote Now. Take you 35 seconds. There you go. But a point at the Emirates. Are we celebrating too much? You do like to tell me when I'm flying too high. You do like to grab me by the foot and say, "Hang on, real quick. Don't." Am I too happy on a Tuesday night that we still got a point away at the Emirates?
No, look, we've been really, really poor at the Emirates for many, many, many years, right? So I don't feel like anybody should be sorry or whatever for celebrating a point. I think more than anything, Jacob, look, you were on shows last week. I saw you on shows with Arsenal fans. Those guys and girls were giving it like we were going to get beaten 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-1. We didn't, and yeah, I think we've got every right to be. I think we've got every right to be happy with that point. They're 4 years into a process. We're 4 months into a process. We can be really proud of the boys. I thought they played really well. And there's something different. There's something different about this club right now. So whilst I don't get too carried away about it, I leave that to people like you.
Yeah, I definitely will do. Hey, give me the ball, coach. I'll run with it. Yeah,
exactly. But listen, I'll sit back a little bit. I'll hold the midfield. You go up front and do all your stuff. But look, it's good. It's there's nothing really to complain about at Tottenham right now, and it's weird. It is weird. There's nothing to complain about. Obviously, during games, etc., we're going to be annoyed at certain players and say certain things, but as a whole, everything's working. He's done all the right things for me.
No, that's fair. I mean, for me, the first time I heard his name was from Paul Beatty. Shout out to Hotspur Hippie. He said, I think back in May or March, something like that, one of the M months early on this year, and he said, before you even watch this guy manage a single football match, you're going to fall in love with the way he conducts himself. You're going to fall in love with the way that he carries himself in press conferences, with fans, with the club, that it's something you can trust and fall in love with. And honestly, it was much that way. The first interview, the first press conferences I seen from him, I really was infatuated immediately. I know I fall in love quickly, Sava. You know that I do that. And I'm not a prude when it comes to sharing the love, but Ange Postecoglou has continually proved time after time that not only am I okay in having a trust fall again, because I did feel like Conte could get us to where I hoped Jose could get us to, got that horribly wrong, and that's okay. I'm one of the, I always say it's like a hopeless romanticism I have with Tottenham, that we're going to do the right thing. But again, Daniel Levy now has come out and said, I got X, Y, and Z wrong, and here's what we're trying to do new. Now, I know there's a whole lot of other stuff, and everyone's got their baggage with Levy and Enoch, 20-some-odd years. I get that. But don't call me Shirley, this got to sound good to everybody when Daniel Levy comes out saying, I admit that I'm wrong. I'm not a complete sociopath, and I can accept that I need to do things better. Does that give you hope?
Great film, by the way. Don't call me Shirley. If you know, you know, right? Look, the Daniel Levy thing is never going to go away, right? Because it has been 23 years. But the proof of the pudding, as my mum always used to say to me, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, Jacob, right? The proof of the pudding for me is not now. Proof is going to be when we get to the January transfer window. Do we add 1 or 2 more that we really need? When you get to the summer, do we add 3 or 4 more that we really need? These are the key things. And that's not just for the next 2 windows. Every window should be like that. Every window should be, right, who's good but we can upgrade on? Right, cool, move them on. But that also stems to the fans. We mustn't be so sentimental. So for me, I think, the owners, I'm not a fan of the owners. I've never been a fan of the owners. It's time for them. I say it's time for them. It's been time for them for 23 years, but they've got to, when it comes to January, we all know we need another centre half. right? We all know we're going to need another midfielder because Højbjerg wants to go, and the fact that you're losing Papa Sarr and Basuma to the African Cup of Nations. I still think we need another forward. I'm going to say it. I truly believe you can't be taking off Son and putting on Richarlison. I think the drop-off is enormous. Absolutely enormous. So I still think you need another forward. So there's 3 straight away. And then after that, the next year you go again and you go again. So when push comes to shove, what is Levy going to do? That's when we'll see.
Well, that's fair. Captain Grandma, I do want to say I appreciate you doing this. This is for the love of Tottenham Hotspur. He is our Tottenham Hotspur rep. He can go on the big stage and keep promoting us. And you know what? We got to support one of our own, because if we won't, who will? That's what I want to say. So go hit that vote. Cost you nothing to do. Just like hitting a like and subscribe. Cost you absolutely nothing to do, and it does go a long way for us. So appreciate that. There's Mile High Hotspurs link. Everyone sharing the love. That's what it's all about here. Your dog is cute, Jacob. Thank you. He's a sleepy bat. He's sleepy. He's deaf. That's all he does. But big up, everybody. Sava, I don't know how long I have you for, so if at any point you do have to jump, I do.
At a moment, man.
Cool. So I had this up before you joined. I was talking about this a little bit. When you look at this lineup, this is exactly on this day 2 years ago, we played a North London derby, and this was our lineup with Nuno, Espirito Santos. So hang on, I think Chris just gifted another. That is 15 memberships, Chris. Chris, if you keep gifting, there's not going to be enough viewers to even accept the gifts. But damn, keep blessing the people. I appreciate that. You're blessing the channel. That is 15 memberships in the last 38 minutes that you have gifted. So big shout out to you for showing the love, keeping the love thriving and surviving here on the channel. Big ups for that. Big up to the 76 of y'all who have hit the like, and 96 of y'all have voted, and 52% says thrilled and moist and excited for the future. So how about that, Sava? Half the people
like moist.
here.
We like moist. It's good.
Just like my cake, I want it moist.
Damn right.
Just like
no
my
one
ball
likes
play.
dry cake.
Exactly.
No one likes dry cake.
But this lineup, I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but just look at it real quick. And does it make you feel any? I mean, there's obviously Kane and Son. This is when Dele was not good. This is not the fun Dele Alley. So I look at this and I think Tanganga at our right back, Reguilon at our left back. That's a pretty sad state of affairs 2 years ago where we were. Are we okay as fans? This is just kind of leading me to a question I think I want to ask you is, are we as fans, like, can we be proud of the progress that we've made as a club? To think about 2 years ago on this day, we went into the same match away at the Emirates with this kind of a lineup, whereas now we go in with the James Madisons, the Van de Veens, this is his 6th Premier League start, and it's a North London derby, and he does not look out of his depth at all. And Destiny Ugotti, same thing. I just want to know your thoughts. Like, can we be excited about this progress?
Yeah, of course. You have to be. I think as well, I think that there's a lot of big up NA Beer Talk. I think that we have to be. Listen, football is bad at times and football is good at times. When it's good, you've got to run with the good, right? I get it. We've all been hurt and we've all, it's like, when you've been dumped before and you go into a new relationship and you're worried all the time. Am I going to be dumped? Am I going to be dumped? Can't be like that. You've got to go in and eyes wide open. Look, I truly believe that Ange Postecoglou, and listen, I was one of, I think the fan base was pretty split on whether they wanted Postecoglou, Jacob. And for me, I wanted him. I like the work that he's done. I like his philosophy as a manager. I think he comes across like a top bloke as well. And I thought he'd bring back the feel-good feeling to Spurs. So I think from that point of view, I think he shut a lot of people up, but in a good way, not in a, oh my God, told you so, but in a kind of good that we're all getting on the same page for once. I feel like most of the Spurs fan base now are starting to, there's less debate in there. There's less row. The only things I think people are rowing about right now are who should play on the right wing, or you know what I mean? Like, other than that, I think everyone pretty much knows our 11. We're all comfortable with it. We like how we're playing. So yeah, fair play to him. He's done in 6 games what the previous 3 managers couldn't do between them in 4 years. So
that's interesting that you say that, because I did have another. I like to what I do on these daily shows is I go through the news of the day, because it's by the time it reaches me with shout out Richarlison, I need to go DJ Pombo for you. Vibes in the locker room, immaculate. I love to see it. He scores some goals, but you know what? He's in good spirits, and when we think about the mental health things that he was admitting in that international window, it's good to see him having a good time. He's having a good time, so there you go. But there was something from ESPN. I think I started. Maybe I didn't. Ivan Perisic is leaving. There it is. Ivan Perisic is looking like he's going to leave in January, even though he's injured. But this is a tweet from ESPN UK, and normally they don't talk to Tottenham nicely, but today everyone. It's funny, Sava. The theme of my show today was it's time to talk to Tottenham nicely. And I feel like everyone has begun to do that. They're now making videos saying Son was overhated and underappreciated. They're saying Bissouma's a joke of a player in a great way, that like he's absolutely phenomenal in these aspects that some people don't even look at. And I completely agree with it. Pundits, major ESPN here in the States is always leaned heavily towards Liverpool, Arsenal, and United. And now they're starting to say they're starting to show some love, and they're talking to us a little nicer. But you mentioned that, Sava, and I found it interesting because ESPN UK also did say that Jose Conte and Nuno Espirito Santos all failed to take any Premier League points against Arsenal under Mikel Arteta away at the Emirates, and Ange Postecoglou did it straight away. What is it that he's doing differently? Is it just the ethos, the philosophy? What's going on?
I think it's a number of things. First and foremost, I think, look, I've said this for years, and I don't want to get into a massive conversation about Jose and Conte. The problem with these guys is they are winners at big clubs. They're not winners at Tottenham Hotspur. They are used to going into clubs where they're given what they need. And unfortunately, even when Spurs were willing to go and get like a Bastoni, for example, I'm using just as an example, Bastoni doesn't want to come to a Tottenham Hotspur. Right. So if you're going to get in those managers, you've got to expect the bad football that comes with it. And you've got to expect the theatricals in the press conferences. And you've got to accept the fact that they don't care about us fans. They care about themselves. They care about their reputations. I'm not saying that's wrong. But for where we were as a club, Jacob, that's not what we needed. Mm-hmm. What we needed was a man that comes in and, first of all, galvanizes all of us. Right? Because for years, look, I mean, I've been doing YouTube for a while, and before that, Twitter and all this kind of stuff. What's it called? X now, whatever. Mm-hmm. And there's just been too many divides for too many years. You had the people that loved Conte, people like myself that couldn't stand Conte. That's not a good place for any of us to be in, right? As a fan base. Yeah. This guy's come in. He's a football guy. He wants to play the football that we want to see. He's a man-to-man manager. The players clearly run through brick walls for him. And Ange wants to be here, right? Jose goes to... Listen, I'm not knocking Jose and Conte for what they've achieved, right? But these guys go to the big clubs. They win. They stay a couple of years. They move on. That's the nature of what they do. So when I had all these people going, oh, well, if you just give Conte 5 years, what he could build. That's not what Conte does. That's not him. That's not Jose. That's, Nuno was just a mistake all round. So for me, this guy
like a stopgap. That's true.
Yeah. This guy though is different. He's built different. Look at the feel-good factor he's brought to the club. He says the right things. His press conferences are brilliant. The football he's playing is good. And look, keep our feet on the ground. See where we can go. Let's not expect everything in year one. But if he can work wonders this season and get us back into the Champions League at the first attempt, the man needs a statue in the stadium. Like what he picked up, Jacob, was terrible. He picked up a squad devoid of all confidence, any kind of fresh approach to football, any drive, any determination. He picked up a bunch of players that have been playing boring football, that were told not to go out and express themselves, and he's turned it around in, I don't know, how long's he been here? 4 months, 3.5 months. He's been absolutely brilliant and deserves all the respect. I love him.
I absolutely love him too. And there's interesting. There was a video that one of the chatters had commented early on that said, "Go and watch this," and it was a video about this guy. He's not a Tottenham fan, and he used to think that Son was done, and now he's getting points of saying, "This is why I'm going to show respect to Son, because he's completely." He's doing now what Harry Kane would do, where you look at one of our chances in the first half against Arsenal, where he drops in and plays that pass to Kulusevski, much like in latter. He showed like side by side comparisons. This is how Kane would drop into that same space and lay the ball off for him. So now he's kind of evolved into that role, creates for him, but then not only does that, but does what he used to do as well, which is find that run into the next space within the box like he did, and that created the Brendan Johnson shot that David Raya so incredibly saved. So it was a great comparison. It was a great like visual representation about, and I want to get into more of that. I have another gentleman in the back who will be joining us. We're doing something a little different here. We got some YouTube royalties in the house, so I'm going to bring him out in just 1 second. But before I do that, Indian Gunner, shout out. How's that point at home? I just want to say thank you for inviting me into your home. I took a shit in your toilet. I did not flush it. I went into your pantry. I ate all your food. Your sandwich that you packed for work the next day, I ate that too. Guess what? Thank you very much. Talk to me nicely when I come to your home again, because we're going to be doing it again. But next time it's going to be the 3 points next year. Don't you worry. When you come to my home, we'll treat you the way you should be treated. Get the fuck out of here. How about that? So, Indian Gunner, glad you're here. Hit a like. Levy's not getting praised. I just wanted to say that because I didn't get to talk my shit to you, Indian Gunner. You went hiding. I had my first ever watch along, and you went hiding. You didn't come say hi or nothing to me. No one wanted to talk to me nicely that day. But I'm glad you're here now. Levy's not getting praised. I'm simply acknowledging the fact that he said, I got this and this wrong, which we all as Spurs fans and even fans who thought that it was the right choice at the time can all say, yes, those were wrong decisions in the end. So it's more of an acknowledgement of the fact that he admitted fault in himself. And I think that it's fair to do that. As much as I want Levy out, I'm not this guy that like wants to see Levy on fire. I don't wish that upon nobody. He just isn't the guy to make footballing decisions. Get a guy between him and the footballing decisions, I'm perfectly fine with him sticking around. So Levy's not getting praised, just simply acknowledgement. That's all that was. But biggest shout out to Indian Gunner. Again, real quick, before I bring on the next guest, I want to say, Driver's Peanut, this is an example. If you want to do like a free type of super chat, hit it with a Q and I'll see it, I'll start, and I'll bring it up at a later juncture. Obviously a super chat, we'll get to it straight away, but if you want to do a free way of getting your question asked, it just won't be asked immediately, but it will be asked. Go ahead. I starred this from Gyros Peanut. I have another one starred. It is from Alan Bennett. Unfortunately, it is to play a video. But if you do it like this, I'll see it, I'll start, and we'll talk about it later. Without further ado, let me bring in I wonder if the weather's colder up north now for him. I know the maple syrup drips ever so slow down the maple tree, but here he is in the flesh. Bobby K, how's the weather for you, man? My northern neighbor. You're muted.
Hi, guys. How are you?
You okay? What's going on?
What's happening, fellas? What is cracking? It's a beautiful day, man. Sun is shining, Jacob. No, it's still 20 up here. Not too cold, but big up to you guys. Good to see you, Jacob. Jacob, sorry I missed the watch along, but I'm hearing great reviews, man. I heard it was a success. I'm hearing about, went back and watched a little bit of Jacob going a little bit mad. I loved all the nicknames you gave every Arsenal player as the game went along. That shit was funny. Me and the kids watched that, and they were dying laughing. Ballsack was Little K's favorite one.
Ballsack, yeah. I changed it to Boohoo Saka.
He's giggling like a little schoolgirl.
I did change it to Boohoo Saka by the end of the match because I thought it was more fitting and more a little appropriate for our, I'm glad your kids took it in jest, but some people are like, you gotta be like an adult and stuff. I'm like, dude, I do that all day. Yeah, I'm cool coming on the internet and not doing that. Come on.
No more adulting. No more adulting.
No, when I come here, man.
You went from Indian Gunner to Indian Spur. Very good, very good. But sorry, I am going to steal another 90 seconds here of highlight time because big up to that fellow right there. Nominated for Content Creator Awards. I put the link in the chat earlier, folks. Get over there. He's one of our own.
Pinned to the top of the chat.
Him or not, he's still one of our own. Go give him a vote, man. Don't let some friggin' Gooner channel, or even worse, like a West Ham channel, beat him because you
Was a
didn't
West Ham
vote
channel in
for
the final,
three.
listed in the finalist?
No, I don't care. I
There's,
went in there, I looked for one name only, and I said, Portugal, the heritage, Borta. We can only pick you in one category, though. There it is right there, folks. Show the man some love. Congratulations.
Cost you absolutely nothing.
Well proud of you, mate. Well proud of you. You put a lot of work in, man. Both of you, even Jacob, man. Even Jacob's been killing it lately. I gotta look at it. I was like, when the hell is Jacob sleep?
Yeah, it's been honestly just because with my wife's new schedule now that she's like officially licensed therapist, she's like official big time like an adult. You know, we're talking about it being an adult. She's there, so she comes home, sees me and the boy, and the house is a mess. She's like, "Why is nothing clean?" We're just surviving, baby. I didn't say we're thriving. But what I do want to say is it is hard. And a lot of people, I don't think, understand that. They think we just get on here and we just shoot the shit. Like, for people who take it semi-serious, and I think I take it at least 50% silly, 50% serious on this channel. You know, I put a lot of work into it. The serious part, there's a lot of work that goes into the serious. The silliness comes to me naturally. So that's just my colorful characteristics coming out. But the serious side takes a lot of work. So when there's a channel that takes it 80%, 100% seriously, there's a lot of fucking work, a lot of thought behind everything that goes on. And I think that, you know, like people just think it's just an hour or two out of their life. What is it? No, it's a lot more than 2 hours. I wake up and I'm like, what am I going to talk about on the show today? I'm going through Twitter. I'm like, is this something I would like to talk about? Is this something I would like? Is this something I can engage with the audience about? You know, there's a lot of thought that goes into content creation, whether you do it as a hobby, whether you do it part-time, full-time, whatever it may be. There's a lot of work that goes into it, even for the casuals.
Well, especially the videos and even just the thumbnails, stuff like that.
Dude, I hate
man.
Plugging it on Instagram
you gotta bring
and Twitter.
Up the very last channel, the very last comment that just came up from Ben.
What is it?
At 5:55, because this is why I'm here right now.
Oh, I'm super behind in the chat. I just want to make sure I say hello. Hello, Lisa. I'll make sure I say hi to everyone. Big up Spurs King. Big up George.
He just said I make his channel 100% serious.
I don't think that you do.
What's so funny, Saps?
I don't think that you do. I don't think that you do.
I wanted a content creator. Now I laugh at
do you know what? I do feel like, look, I've tried to kind of calm down with my channel a lot lately. I still got a lot of the serious stuff with the Spurs shows and the watch-alongs, but now I'm doing a lot of watch-alongs like for the League Cup games like we did tonight, and I will tomorrow night in Champions League games. And because we're not in it, it allows you to just go, like, do you know what I mean? There's no pressure. You're not debating anything about Spurs. It's nothing serious. You don't care who wins. If a goal goes in, you're like, oh my God. So I'm trying to pull back and make my channel a little bit more 50-50 now, but it is
You're coming to my side, huh? Come to the dark side.
But listen, it's a lot of work, as you said, and I do think people think we just jump onto a computer, press a go button, and then it's all good. But look, I'll tell you what, guys. First of all, thank you for plugging the award thing. I really do appreciate it. I won't win. I'm going to tell you who's going to win. I'm going to tell you why right now. Big Steve from Man City will win it. And the reason being is his community will all vote for him. Problem is, I'm quite Marmite in this community, and there will be a lot of people that won't vote for me. Rather than being, oh, he's Spurs, they'll be like, oh, we don't like Sava.
You should be looking at the fact that he's Spurs.
I'm fully aware of that. I've had chats with people close to me that have said that's going to be the case, and I know it's going to be the case as well. But listen, all I can do is I'm going to the event. There's a few of us going to the event. Go there, show up, and even if I finish in the top 3 Champions League finishes, that'll be nice. So we'll see.
Nah, bullshit. Bring that trophy home, baby. You got this. All of you, listen. Like the man said, don't matter if you like him or not. You don't like his views. He's Spurs. Don't be going voting for some other team. What's wrong with you, man?
The Big Steve guy, though.
I don't like the guy, and I voted for him. Okay.
Well, I did want to say real quick before I talk about Big Steve. Well, actually, I'm gonna say the thing about Big Steve. Then I'll talk about what I was gonna say. Big Steve, I heard a really compelling story. It was very, you know, as not a Man City fan, hearing him talk about supporting his club at the lowest of lows, and now where they're at, that he wouldn't trade his football journey for anybody. It was some interview he did with, I think, the dude from the memes. I forget his name. AFTV. He's in the memes like Dub so big I had to climb this ladder or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but I think he did an interview with him. It's a compelling story. But nonetheless, I'll always vote Spurs no matter what. So and Sava, you've said things that I disagree with. There's things you say that I don't like to hear as a fan because it may be too much for an emotional fan such as myself to hear. But the thing is, whether you like it, hate it, or love it, like you're Tottenham and you want what's best for this club. We all want what's best for this club.
Yes.
Can I plug something else as well while I'm
Absolutely.
here? Please don't forget, not for me, don't forget as well, and whether or not I think their shows are amazing or not, Last Word on Spurs have been nominated for Best Podcast. I think everyone should get over and vote for them as well. They are Spurs. Please get over and vote. Chris Cowlin has been nominated for Best Content Creator. Or is it best? Yeah, for Best Content Creator.
Yeah, he's in the same category as you. No. Sorry. No, ignore that last statement. Carry on. He's in the same category as you.
No, he's not. I'm in Best New Content Creator.
He's new content creator.
There's no.
My English gets jarred up sometimes.
Yeah, he's the only Spurs. He's the only Spurs channel in that category.
Okay.
So there's really no excuse.
There are 4 Spurs people in categories. I'm not counting expressions. He's in a world of his own, doing his own thing, and he's up against people like David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano, right? But listen, go and vote for expressions for influencer, Last Word on Spurs for Best Podcast, Chris Cowlin for Best Content Creator, and then Harry Scarf, young Harry Scarf as well is nominated for diversity. Diversity and Inclusion Award, I believe.
Yeah, diversity and inclusion. That's right.
But all I would say is just remember that none of us are up against each other, right? None of us are. We're all in different categories. So everyone, hopefully, as Spurs fans, there's no drama. There's no, if I vote for him, what will he? None of that. None of us are against each other. So hopefully, the Spurs fans do us a solid and go and vote. And as I said, I've messaged a couple of the bigger boys today to see if they'd help me and publish a message, and we'll see if they come back to me. But
we did. Don't worry.
But listen,
well, those of you that know you personally and that, again, like I said off the top of this show, you supported this channel before we even hit 1K. You helped us get over that push. I'll never forget. I mentioned to you we were like 40-some subs off. You were posting and promoting my channel without me even putting my face on there, and you were promoting it for me. So I remember you helped. I don't forget people who helped me. So again, regardless how I feel about your opinions on Spurs, I know you behind the scenes. You've only done good by me. I've only gotten good things from you. We disagree on a lot of things, but that's what makes good conversation, I think. And diversity of opinion, variety is the spice of life, baby. And if you can't sprinkle a little salt, a little pepper on top of them gravy mashed potatoes, what are you doing? So, the way I see it in long form of saying, got a lot of love for you. I hope you win it. I know you don't think that you will, but you got my vote. As you can see, it takes you 30 seconds.
We think you'll will. So get some confidence in yourself, there, young man.
Big up Ren. Jacob's polls are elite. Do partake in that poll. Do hit a like. I see we've passed the 100 like threshold, so thank you very much. Making me feel very blessed for that. Patty Hartnett says he just voted. Best of luck, Sava. Big up. Getting some more votes on here tonight. I appreciate it. That shows that I could at least do something to help somebody who's helped me. Because while I can't help you get likes and subs and views, Sava, because your channel's grown in such a great fashion, but all I could do is try and help in the way I can. So I'm glad that I could do that tonight.
And I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Big up Future Music as well. Good evening, everyone in the house. Do got a few things I want to talk about, but Bobby, I haven't actually asked you a football question. So the first thing I do
that. Okay.
We are talking football, so let's as little penis and vagina jokes as possible. But they are. It is okay to sprinkle, to caveat it every now and then. But
can I beat the kids on stream or no?
Yeah, I mean, every now and then you hear my son crying in the background, so I'm sure it's just a norm. People,
we'll
that's a noise people
have,
we can make a little like choir out of it. Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
We could do like a little Noel. But the Emirates, we shared a point. Arsenal. Do you feel like we dropped 2 points, or was it one solid point earned on the road away from home? Big up Boxing Kangaroo. Appreciate that.
Right now, after watching the game, I think honestly, if Sonny and Madison stayed on, and the fact that they ran out of gas, we dropped 2 points. before this game, I would have more than happy to walk out of there a point. 3 months ago, I would have been shocked if we even thought that we would walk out of there with a point. So I am very pleased with what we did there. It was a good game of football. 2 mistakes basically cost us with our goals, the way I look at it. I don't think, Odegaard was pretty much shut down. They're one of their biggest attacking threats. Jesus didn't look like he was offering much. Thankfully he skied that ball. Celebrations are we're all here.
Big up
RVP,
Robin Van Persie's in the house.
But
Shout out the Dutchman.
Like I said, now after the fact, I feel like it was 2 points dropped. So to answer your question, I'm going to go with it's 2 points dropped because I really believe we could have finished them off. Richie, that last 10 seconds in the game, he just missed. Right, you got the ball in the box there and just shot it wide. That goes in and that's 3 points. But I'm more than happy with it. I'm not disappointed we didn't get 3, but yeah, I do think we have 2 points lost there.
Yeah, I mean, when I watched it back, I like to watch matches, especially big-time matches like this. I like to watch it back twice because, I was doing my first ever Spurs watch-along on the channel, so I was pretty in-depth, like, analyzing pass by pass. Basuma works at the Poro works up the right, finds Kulusevski, and I was doing that, so I digested it very well doing that because it helped to digest it live that way. But I like to watch it back and just sit there and just watch. You know what I mean? That's how the game comes to me. I just watch it. And so I watch it back. And, there were things I saw the second time that I didn't see the first time around. That's why I always encourage anyone who likes to speak about Tottenham Hotspur, please watch the game twice because the second time around, it's like a great movie, right? You see things the second time that maybe necessarily you didn't notice the first time. So when watching that game back, I definitely stand by what I said on the football terrace, which was that we dominated them in the first half. Statistically, it backs that argument up in the first half. As far as going to the Emirates, having majority of possession in their own home, equal amount of shots on target, etc. It's hard for me to walk away from that feeling like we didn't dominate that, and that we should have came away with 3 points. Now they're late. I do want to say, whenever Son and Madison got subbed off, we looked completely different. The game looked completely different at that point as well.
Yeah.
Sava, so for you at that moment, were you worried now maybe Postecoglou did something wrong and now we're just inviting too much pressure? Where were you at that moment?
No, I think that, to be fair, I think Maddison did well to stay on after that knock. The way his knee jolted, I was surprised he came back on. I truly thought that we'd make that sub right there and then. So I think that was sensible. The difference between him playing the last 15 minutes or not could be the difference between him being out for a couple of months or not. So I was comfortable with that. And apparently, I don't know how true this is, apparently the biggest word in football, that Sonny had a bit of a knock going into the game. So I understand it. I think what it did was I think it grounded a lot of Spurs fans. I think what that shows is, as we said earlier, Jacob, really good 11. It's a really good 11.
Yeah.
But when you scratch beneath that surface, the drop-off is huge. Now, that's okay because everything wasn't going to happen in one window. And that's what I was talking about earlier. That's when the owners, when it comes to the next couple of windows, have to ensure that moving forward to the second half of the season and into next season, that the drop-off, there's going to be a drop-off. There's a reason why players aren't there's going to be a drop-off, but unless you're Man City, but it's about minimizing that drop-off. Yeah, as I said, I'd love it if we had, like, for example, a Gift Orban coming on instead of a Richarlison coming on. Instead of a Højbjerg, what if we had an Hatate or a Zubamendi or a Mikel Merino, those types of things. So, look, was it 2 points dropped? Look, I think let's look at this. Let's try and look at this logically. In the first half, look, we made a couple of silly mistakes and Arsenal should have finished their dinner. If we're being brutally honest, Arsenal should have finished their dinner. Yep. Gabriel Jesus showing the world that he's not a natural finisher. And Eddie Nketiah should have done better for me with the gift that Udogie gave him. Yep. But we had big chances. We had more big chances in the game. So, look, I said 2 all week, and I said all week I'll bite your hand off for a point, Jacob. So I can't sit here now and go, dropped. You know, I just thought we were excellent. I thought there were so many questions at the beginning of the game.
Beforehand, Sava, after you've watched the game now, would you say that we had to like I'm basically saying, would you think that we could have walked out of there? Could we have walked out of there with 3 points?
Yeah, I think the only reason I say yes is because obviously they scored an own goal and a penalty that I'm not going to get into the penalty, and that penalty. But what I would say, look, football's of fine margins, right? Because if Jesus scores that goal and we're 2-0 down, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, this is uphill. So that one moment for me kept us in the game. So look, I think a point was a good result. We could have won it for sure. But let's be fair, in the last 10, 15 minutes, they had a lot of the ball. They swung in a lot of corners. So
yeah,
look,
I was a little worried in the last part that we were gonna slip up, but that it didn't seem like we were still playing. You know, there's a quote, and I love going back to Ange Postecoglou quotes because they give me so much blood flow throughout all appendages of my body. So when I think about things that he said, which is we're always going to be playing for the goal. We're always, whether we're down a goal, we're even, or we're up a goal, we always going to keep going. We never stop. But did we kind of low key, maybe sort of not stop, but slow down and stop playing for the goal? We did have a chance at the very end there, but the last like 10, 13 minutes really seemed like we were inviting pressure on until the very last chance that we had before the final whistle, which I'm actually surprised he blew the whistle that early because Sarr still had possession when that ball fell to him and we were still in their half, but that's neither here nor there. Also, shout out to Irish Hotspur. But I don't know. I just think that, like, at that moment, I really thought that, like, are we still playing for the goal? Because it doesn't appear to me that way. But is it just, Bobby, do you think it's because it's Højbjerg and it's Richarlison?
Look who we brought on. Look at our options then, right? We're void of attacking options. That's how do you take off an attacking player, put on a defensive one, and expect to attack? It's, you know, very, very rarely. Like, now we know Højbjerg is capable of making the odd run up and everything, and scoring a couple of goals and getting involved. But I think at that point, it was safer to do what he did. I don't think Ange got it wrong. And like Sava said already, Little K was telling me as well that Sonny did have a knock pre-game. So for him to play as long as he did, get 2 goals as well. Hey, job done. Thanks, mate. Go get a rest.
But not just the two. Oh, go ahead, Sava.
No, so I was just going to add on to that. I think as well, we've got to take the obvious out of this as well. We knew that with the last 10, 15 minutes to go away, Arsenal were not going to just let us keep having the ball. They were going to have a period of sustained pressure, and they did. But Bobby's right. The thing is, there is that drop off. There is that drop off. If you put on Højbjerg and Richarlison, the drop from those two to the 2 players they replace, and I'm not blaming Ange because this is the squad we've got.
Options, yeah.
These are the options. There's none of this, oh my God, the manager got it wrong. These are the options. And when you go and play a progressive and aggressive style of play that Postecoglou likes, you are going to notice the difference when your big guns come off. I was always taught growing up it's about big guns in your team. Big guns being Maddison, Basuma, Son. You start to lose those and you go, right, now we've brought on little pistols instead of big guns. And little pistols don't shoot as well as big guns, right? So it was natural. It was natural. Højbjerg.
We lost Johnson early as well, too, right? That could have been a difference maker there, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Listen, I agree with you. I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't like Johnson on the left. If I'm brutal,
I think he should have been on the right. Yeah.
Just for me, brutally honest, I think that Zinchenko was there for the taking. I just don't think Kulu's. I'm not going to go mad at Kulu. I think he's okay. I just don't think he's got the beating fullbacks. So I would have
kind of that moment that I referenced earlier in the match, where Son entered that Harry Kane dropping deep space, whereas he pulled away from that back line and accepted the ball and gave Kulu all that space. If that's Brendan Johnson with that space, we might have seen what we saw with that offside goal. So that's a good point that, you know, these little fine details, but I trust in Ange to get that right. There's a statement I think that I take away from him starting Brendan Johnson in a North London derby. This backs up the fact that it was true. This is his number one target, because I said it last week was, if this is truly your number one target, Shirley, but don't call me Shirley, you have to start him when the time comes up and you've had time with this guy and you know that he got your system. You have to give him the start. I know everyone liked the 2 assists from Solomon. I know, there's an argument to be made about some good things that Solomon does on the left wing, but to start Brendan Johnson in North London Derby, that's sending a message, right? That this is the guy that I'm putting faith in. Yes, he started out on the left. I mean, if he's more composed in the box, we go up 1-0 early on. And
that was a great save by Raya. Come on now. I'm not going to take
as a goal. Yes, as a goalie, the 2 goalkeepers were phenomenal on the day.
That fast too, like you see it in slow motion. It's like, oh damn it! But when you see it at full speed, oh my god, how
hell of a
he
save.
got over, how he stretched himself out like that. The only thing with Johnson, I thought it was going to be. I was hoping it was going to be like a Rose debut in the derby kind of thing. Oh, how great would that have been? And it almost happened.
Yeah,
so.
I just think for me personally, I'd love to see him. And listen, it's only one game. Bearing in mind in the game before he came on the right and Kulu came into the middle. For me, I would like to see in games him being allowed to run at players on the right hand side to get in behind them. So I think that is the one thing at the moment we lack. Is we seem to get a lot of the ball out wide, but we don't have anyone that can take a man on. And Kulu, for me, listen, I've got reservations about Kulu. I don't dislike him as a player, but I do feel that he's the one when we're going forward for me that just halts everything a little bit. When it goes into him, he's gonna slow the game down. And at times I'm thinking everyone's bombing forward. Like don't
keep going. Yeah.
But, as you said, Jacob, this is the thing. We can all have our opinions now, but this manager, I think, he'll figure that out. He'll figure out what he wants to do. Like, for example, when I was saying I don't want to see Sonny on the left anymore, I think Sonny as a left-sided player, for me, isn't the guy anymore. Moving him into the middle, let's be fair, Ange saw him for 2 games on the left and Richarlison for 2 games up top and then went, nah.
Well,
I'm making that change.
There was one thing I do want to say about Sonny at the left wing position. And again, this is going to be a little bit of the same argument that I heard these Chelsea fans making about Mykhailo Mudryk earlier today, which was he could have had 2 assists. He could have had 3 assists by now. And Son, in those chances, he lays it off to Richarlison, who cannot finish a dinner, even if he's starving, hungry, needs that food. He cannot eat. And so the same argument I could make it for Son in the fact of, like, at the left wing position, he would have, I think, at least 3 assists if Richarlison was able to be a little bit more clinical, just a little bit more clinical. But I do agree, his impact through the middle is astronomically greater than that impact he was giving us with the potential for 2 goals.
Do you know the thing
goals.
is, Jacob? The thing is with Sonny through the middle, I think what you actually see is you see a lot less of Son in the game, but more impact in the game. And that for me is more important. I think when we saw him on the left wing a lot, he got a lot of the ball, but it just didn't quite work for me. Only for me. Listen, I'm not knocking him. Only for me. I just think naturally now he's moved into more being a goal scorer. Mm-hmm. When you see him through the middle now, there are large spells of the game where he's not going to be in it because now his game is dependent on us getting the ball to him. Mm-hmm. But when we do get the ball into him, he's going to finish his dinner. And James Maddison, being that link between midfield and Son, that could be absolutely brilliant. And it's why I said, but I was never worried about Kane going, because scoring goals I've never thought is going to be Tottenham Hotspur's problem. That was never, ever my worry in this window of scoring goals. I thought we'd share them around. And what we've got to do, sorry, I don't want to rant a bit, but what we've got to do for me with Sonny is we've got to work out how to get him into games when teams like Sheffield United come to town and put everyone on the edge of the box and Sonny's not got the space to run into. That's what they're going to have to figure out. How can you get him in? Because against Sheffield United, I felt like not his fault, but he wasn't in the game because we couldn't get him in it. Then the 2 teams we've played that do play higher up, Burnley and Arsenal, he's in and he scores goals. So I think once they figure that, but it's 6 games in. So there's nothing to be
I think the fact that it's 6 games in, that plays into our hand even more. The uncertainty, the fact that we who live, breathe, and eat Tottenham Hotspur, like we are even like, there's still question marks. We don't know that Brennan Johnson's going to start on the left. He could start on the right. We could see Kulu. Now we've seen him shift into kind of that James Madison role late in a game. Maybe that's an option that we look for. There's tons of options I think that are kind of presenting themselves. So I like the fact that this unknown aspect to Tottenham Hotspur I think it can play into our hands, at least for the beginning part of the season while we're still early on. These first, I said, 5-10 matches of the season, all these managers aren't going to know how to game plan against Ange Postecoglou, because in like every sport, you see a kid come out of college and it's like, damn, that rookie season, he was fantastic. But then they call it the sophomore slump, because in the second season, well, now they have, if in NFL, American football, they have 16 games of footage on you. So now they can they know your tendencies. They know what you're trying to do. In this instance, he's going here. In this instance, he's thinking this, so they can better plan against you. And so my whole thought with Ange coming in, managing only 6 Premier League matches to this point, and when he had even managed 0 Premier League matches, I felt as though that unknown factor, that mysterious side, while being attacking, I mean, when the lights are off and you have a burglar coming at you, it's like we have night vision goggles in that instance, and we're the burglars. We're coming into their house with night vision goggles. They can't see us where we're coming, but we're attacking. And before you know it, like Emirates, we didn't clean out your whole house, but we did take a shit in your toilet and didn't flush. So big shout out to the Emirates for letting us use that. Sava, I know you got to go. Before you go, is there anything that you wanted to add?
No. I was just going to say that the key thing for me is, listen, I completely trust Ange Postecoglou to figure all this out. First time in years, I've actually thought that a manager's going to come with ideas. And for years, I think we've made a lot of excuses as, oh, what's the manager meant to do? Well, the managers are there to find solutions, and I think this guy will find solutions to problems. The one thing I don't want to see, Jacob, is the only time I ever want to see Richarlison come on is as a sub late in games when we're chasing a win. I feel like if you start him in games, all of our attacks will slow down on this guy or break down on him, because his footwork, unfortunately, it's not whether I want him to be good. His footwork isn't good enough. You saw as soon as he came on how many balls were pinged into his feet. Sonny would have killed it stone dead. Richarlison, it hits him and bounces back. So that was
something I remember in the preseason. So I'm sorry to cut you off. Something I remember in the preseason was I remember saying, I think I even said it one time. I think it was on your 24-hour charity stream that we did when we were talking about some of the stuff. And I said, you give Son those touches in the box, he puts half of them away. Whereas Richarlison gets 9 touches in the box, and all of them are blocked or he's offside. I always said Richarlison's either the most unlucky footballer in the world or he just isn't that good.
Yeah, look, for me, the last thing I'll say, because I do need to jump, but look, I just don't, I think, I'm not a fan. I can't sit and pretend I'm a fan of Richarlison just because he scored a header. I can't. I do think that will be where we get the best out of him, when you're chasing a game and you're flinging in corners, and that's going to be great for Richarlison. If you ever want to play into feet, this is not your guy. This guy is not good enough for me. I would definitely be looking at moving him on. But I don't want to end it on a negative note. I'm so super happy with everything that's going on. Big test at home to Liverpool. They're a very good team. They score a lot of goals, and I think they're unbeaten in like their last 18 games now. So there's a lot of there's a lot to be happy about at Tottenham. But listen, Jacob, I do need to jump. Thank you for plugging the awards for me. I do appreciate it,
people.
And listen, much love. And if anyone did want to subscribe, feel free to. Bobby will tell you I don't need any more subscribers, but always need more subscribers. So
well, we're right behind you, buddy. So get over and
I appreciate it.
I have it pinned to the top of the chat. Go support one of our own. Go vote for Football Heritage TV. Again, it takes you 35 seconds. Click the link. First drop down menu you get, go to best new content creator, and on the left you'll see the option drop down menu. You don't even have to vote for all. Don't feel like you have to fill in all the blanks. You literally can vote for just one. I mean, all right. I'm just gonna show y'all again real quick.
You tell me. I voted for people I didn't even know. I was like, I don't know which name do I like the best. That one. All the other
Here you go.
categories.
You click on the link.
Yep.
It's
And then
that's
you got
pinned in the
pop-down
chat.
menu.
It'll bring you this. You can hit this drop down menu right here. Go best new content creator, and it'll bring you to this section here on the left. Best new content creator. I can't pull the drop down menu and select it because I've already voted. But once you do that, go to the bottom, hit vote now, and it's done. Boom. Quick as you like. 35 seconds. Some men can't even last that long. But go ahead and click that link for one of our own.
Let me go and test that theory. I'll let you know.
Hey, let me know how it goes, champ. I believe in you. You can double it. You can double it, my friend.
I can double it. She'll be happy. Listen, thanks everyone.
think it's
Cole,
their own
sorry I didn't
birthday
get
or
to
Good luck,
you.
buddy.
Hey, big up Sava. Take care. There he is.
Guys, take care, everyone. See you later.
Sava from the Football Heritage TV. So go on over there and show some love to one of our own. Hey, Colin, welcome in. I know you got a show here in a little bit. How's it going?
Hey, going good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Just making sure that we...
Now I can't hear
Now we
you.
can't hear you.
Yeah, that's fun.
Now?
Now you're good.
Give me 1 second. Come back to you just 1 second.
Sure, buddy.
Sure.
That's like me. That's like me messing around trying to set up the Kids Damn FIFA stream today. Did you see all that? My
Yeah,
God.
that's
Thank
fun.
God I had Kate and C. Sherman in the chat. Was they were helping me out. Kate's sending me WhatsApp messages to how to figure. I couldn't get. I set up the mic and everything for them so they could do their streaming. I set their camera up and everything for them, so they actually played a little bit today. Well, you were in the chat. You saw that. So yeah, they're well pumped, man. They're so happy. They're gonna start streaming
Good,
games.
good.
And stuff
Hey.
like that. So they enjoy doing that.
And
right?
anyone, I see there's still a few mods here. Bobby, you can do it. Please, someone put the link for 3 Spurs Boys. Go support the great Kang family. My favorite.
The mod fathers here, buddy.
Just because you talk to me more, I'm going to go ahead and give you the nod over my other Canadian that I know, Cody Mack. And I'm going to go ahead and say, I see you and your children more. So I will go, although he does send me some lovely photos of his beautiful daughters. I'm going to go ahead and go with you, Bobby, because you're here. Your face is on screen. Go ahead and support the 3
Cody.
Spurs Boys. They got gaming content. It's content for the whole family. Because on Saturdays, you get that, the
Thanks,
parents' night out, you know. And
Yep.
then on the weekdays, you get the young lads talking about their. I love seeing them grow because whenever I first seen them, they're fucking young men now. By the time I see
Well,
them.
that's
Pick
the
up
thing,
Danny K.
Jacob. It's a matter of them doing stuff that big up, Danny. You handsome devil.
I did invite him on today's show, so he's letting me know.
Oh, you
that
got
that's why
if
he
you wanted
didn't
him on
reply.
today's show, you had to invite him in July
Yeah, I know that's the thing.
of 2022.
Well, he was in
yeah,
the chat
no, I just
yesterday,
want
so I was
them-
like, "Fuck it, I'll throw him the link. Let's see what's up."
No, you know what? This is stuff they want to do, and at the end of the day, they should enjoy what they're doing. I enjoy my show on Saturday night, so shouldn't they enjoy themselves, right?
Absolutely. Hey, and I did just get the new EA FC 24. So over
Oh,
on the
did you?
second channel, Jacob TV. If you're on Jacob TV right now, shout out yourself right now.
We're gonna be playing each other then, buddy.
Yeah, and I'll put it live on
We'll
air.
play you, yeah. We'll stream it here. You stream it, or we'll stream it on both. You dual stream it, right?
Yeah, we could do that. You
Oh,
can see
yeah,
both sides
man.
of it. I'm down.
I played them today.
When you get the new
I
one, let's.
smoked both of them.
I want
fools.
to. I was talking with Perchy about this, and I want to start a Tottenham creators pro clubs. Because it's pro clubs where basically like you're an individual player. So I always like to be a Zlatan,
right,
the man
right,
that I
right.
never was allowed to be in my life, which is a big heavyweight Zlatan. They never let me flourish and be a flying peacock in that manner. They always stuck my big ass in goal. But my point is, we started pro clubs. I'll be the Zlatan. You can, what position you want to play. And we could get Kuva. He could play center back. And you know what I'm saying? And Perchy, I don't know what position he wants. Perchy may want to go for that James Madison role, be that creative 10. And that's the fun part. We can all pick our own positions and we play versus other clubs with individual players as well. So it's a fun time. Pro clubs, let's look into it when you get the new EAFC.
Yeah,
it is
we're
not
gonna be-
FIFA anymore.
It comes out tomorrow, doesn't it, or something? Hey, when's it
Friday,
come up
yeah.
with?
The
Yeah,
early
Friday.
version was
Yeah, I'm
FIFA
not-
Pro
let's
Clubs
take
team.
another-
This is exactly.
There you go.
How long
There
ago
we
did
go.
you say this?
There we go, David. There we
David,
go.
come on, talk to me nicely. This is what I want to do, my man. I will start the
gotta
club
talk to
right
David
now.
about this now,
I'm
too.
starting tonight. Add me on EAFC or EA Connect is what it is because it's cross-plat. So even if you're Xbox, even if you're
good. That's what we were
PC,
asking.
even if you're PS5 or PS4, it's all cross-plat. So we can all play together. Here is anyone who wants to join the club. I'll send you an invite. That in the link in the chat, I just put it in there. John Stay Moist _. That is my EA Connect name. That is my alter ego, John Stay Moist. So show some respect and some love when you see that name.
What I add that in where do I add that? In the PlayStation?
So in FIFA, when you open FIFA, well, technically you're on PlayStation.
In FIFA right now.
Technically, you're on PlayStation, so you
add
could send me an
Jacob.
invite right now, and we could get it done that way. Because PlayStation, we could send direct friend requests. But like for Xbox users, which I think Colin's Xbox, I see your camera's back on. Are you good to go?
Yeah, you hear me now, normal, right?
Are you on Xbox, Colin?
Yeah, I'm on Spots.
How do you
So we played each other on the last year's version through EA Connect. So that's how you do that.
I'm getting FIFA tonight, by the way. I couldn't wait any longer. I got permission from the wife to.
I was gonna say,
is it like $40 more just to get it 2 days earlier?
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is
true.
more expensive. Real quick, let me say big shout out to Never Foul. I was like, wait, we just jumped over 200 live viewers. Big up to everybody. Big up Kaz, Mo, Daps, the boys over there at Never Foul, showing some love to a channel like us. Big up. And again, I have pinned in the link for Sava, the Football Content Awards. Vote him for the best new content creator. He's the only Tottenham Hotspur nominated. Go show him some love. And sub to Bobby while you're at it. 3 Spurs boys. Big up Danny Kiriakou. Let's get it. Here's the EA Connect name right here. The EA Connect name, John Stay Moist. If you have Xbox, PC, this is the same one on PlayStation. So if you tell your kids to search this on PlayStation, I'll get a notification of a friend request right now.
You should get it because it's a Mona Lisa picture, right?
It's Mona Lisa. It's a sour face Mona Lisa. She's like,
okay, yeah, we got
yeah,
you.
yeah. It is. I just got it. Spurs for life. 19.
Let's play tomorrow when the kids are at school.
Bro, I play every night when my son
playing.
goes to sleep is when I play. While he sleep, I eat. That's what I say.
Daddy Gaming Network. Come on.
Boom! I just accepted it. Just accepted your friend request. We're in. We're starting the club. I'm creating it tonight. If you want in, hit me up. EA Connect. You can find me. John Stay Moist _
Sorry,
John
what
like
did my
this.
name come up? Is it the Spurs for Life thing?
It says Spurs for Life 1973 or something. Like
okay,
that.
so it is that. Okay, good. Now I know.
Danny, hit me up. I'll add you too. PS4 can't play with PS5. Yeah. I believe you can this year. I've been playing with PS5 and.
I got the PS4 upstairs, but.
Well, I know. So like,
on the 5 down
they
there.
have PS4 version for free for PS5 users. So TJ Warren TV, Arsenal fan, I'm going to cook his ass live on air as well, like I've done in the past. But he got the PS5 version and he got the PS4 version for free. So Bobby, make sure to do both just in case for PlayStation 5. But big up MCFC Protocol. Let me know about the NAF raid. I was like, damn, we had 150 viewers. Then it went to 230. I was like, damn, where did all these viewers come from? So shout out Never Foul every single time. If you haven't subscribed to Never Foul, they are in the profile. I'm sending. Hey, Dave, you want to be the Yves Bissouma? It's yours. All I'm saying is I'm the heavyweight Zlatan. That's all I ask for. I just want.
I'll be the Van de Ven.
Okay, you want to be a center back? We're always going to need center backs.
That's what I played. So
I like to play. I like to play center back as well. Yeah, same with me, Bobby.
That's all I played.
You like to play center? Well, our whole game's going to hinge on the two of you having fucking chemistry. So I'm going to need you to be on your Romero and Van de Ven shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Come on. Yep. The next gen consoles not cross-platform. I believe that they are. But the PS5 version, they do offer a PS4 version as well. Jordan Davis, how are Spurs fans going after their first win at the Emirates after 12 years? Jordan Davis, you've missed a lot of the show, but what I will say is we got our point. We walked into the Emirates. We ate your lunch that you were going to take to work tomorrow. We ate that. We took a shit in your toilet. We did not flush. And we left the door wide open. So there you go. I think I just got a new PlayStation friend request.
And used up all the toilet paper and didn't put a new one on the roll. And what, Jordan?
Yeah, what you gonna say? I didn't flush either, so the whole room stank. The whole room stank. I just got another friend request. Here we go.
Better.
Hey, this is Jax Be Nimble. Jax Be Nimble, Jax Be Quick. I have accepted your friend request. There you go. Big up everybody who's still here. Hit that like if you're here for a short time or a long time. Hit that like if you don't mind. Or don't. It's free. Cost you nothing. Helps the channel. But big up. Aiden says Arsenal 2024 and Trump 24. So there you go.
Both gonna lose.
Bunch of losers. There you go. Taylor, big up the chat in this panel. Big up, Taylor. Appreciate that. Can't lie. As an Arsenal fan, Big Ange is so likable. He is a big, gentle teddy bear. I like this. See, I always say, you can come in here and banter me. You can talk all the shit. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. We all like the same. I put it this way. We all fell in love with the same beautiful sport. Some of us just fell in love with the wrong club, and that's okay.
Yep.
You can think I fell in love with the wrong club. I could think you fell in love with the wrong club, or that you were born into the wrong club. But either way, we all love the same beautiful sport. And I'm glad that you're saying real, recognize real right now. You see that Ange Postecoglou is that guy. BX Gunner in the house. Maybe now you'll beat Arsenal, albeit in a video game. Oh, there you go. I did beat them last night in the video game. It's one of the first things I have to do in every. It's a good way to break in FIFA.
Yeah, so did I yesterday.
Rampage says Spurs fans are. Rampage says Spurs fans are so hyped about the draw that they want to play Ange Ball on PS5. We are hyped about the draw because all that shit y'all were talking. Y'all were doing all these different dances looking like the hokey pokey, put your arms in. And then all of a sudden at the end of this, now it's this injury crisis. You played Arsenal's B team and you couldn't even win. I just think y'all got lucky you didn't take the L personally. I'm not in any group chats with you guys. I'm in a group chat with you, David. In the Irish Hotspur group chat, the
right
family.
now, yeah.
No, set up one that's just for the gaming though, Jacob.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let me know if y'all want in on the
Yeah.
pro. It's pro club specifically. It's not. It's
so I gotta go to pro club. I gotta make a player.
Yeah.
Or I take over a player, right?
No, you create your own. You create a Bobby K.
Okay.
So that's why I'm
look like you.
Danny Kiriaki wants to be Madison.
The boys,
so
the kids will help me do that. Sure, I'm sure.
Cool.
So you
Yeah.
taking center back?
Do they have
Okay,
like an overweight
you
dad
got your
bod?
center back. Yeah, I got the. I'm gonna have. I'm not. Screw you. I'm not overweight.
Ben Kaufman wants to be left back on the bench. Absolutely.
I'm just figure.
Big up Jax Be Nimble.
big love.
Except I did Jax Be Nimble. I accepted your friend request. You are in. NAF raid Arsenal forever. Big up. Thanks you for coming over here and hitting the comment. I appreciate that. Even if you don't like Tottenham Hotspur, still over 220 of y'all in the house, and that's love. I appreciate that. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. I woke up to 2,500 subs, so that officially crosses the barrier into being the largest U.S. Spurs channel on YouTube. So if there's anyone out there that has more subs, then I apologize. But at this juncture, not to measure dicks or nothing, but they say everything's bigger in Texas. And right now, I'm feeling the love from all 2,512 of y'all. I just refreshed, and there was 11 new subscribers. Whoa. So shout out to the 11 new subscribers. We are now at 2,512. So thank you for that. I woke up feeling blessed, and y'all continue to bless me live on air. So thank you for that. Even if you're a rival fan, you're blessing me with your presence. So know that. Can you still play 11v11 online? Yes, you can, BX Gunner. So you better start assembling your Arsenal Pro Club team, because we're gonna put that work on you once we get. I don't know. We gotta get our team chemistry up. We gotta play a few matches. We'll see if we can get out Division 10 first. Blocked up all the toilets with massive logs, says Spurs King. That's absolutely what we did. Went into their house and left an upper decker. Oh, nasty now. We're talking nasty now. Jacob Gratz, mate. Gratz. Congrats. Oh, thank you for that. Appreciate you.
Adrian,
but seriously, if you want to play, I will buy the video game, but Bobby has to teach me. Ben, Bobby, this is going to require you to...
Actually, I beat the kids. Maybe you do want me to teach.
Sub to Bobby. There's the link for 3 Spurs Boys. We'll be streaming some of the fun there. We'll be streaming some of the fun over on Jacob TV, the other YouTube channel. It is in the title of this video. It's the backup channel I've created, the side channel I've created to kind of supplement this one. And if you go over there and subscribe, I think there's like 159 subs on there right now. So big up to everyone who has gone over there and subscribed to Jacob TV. But that's where the FIFA content, the extracurricular content outside of Spurs will be conducted, is over there. But for the time being, that's where it will be. So let's see. Go sub to Colin. There's Talking Ball. You have a show after this, right?
I do.
Okay, so we're gonna be sending y'all to talk and ball with Call. So go over there and show some love as well when we're finished up here. We're not done yet, but just wait. Danny Kiriaki says, unfortunately, the game will once again use 2 different crossplay pools, meaning PS4 and Xbox One players will not be able to play with PS5, Xbox Series. I thought that they fixed that, Danny. You could be right, but I thought that they fixed that. Bobby, if at any point you gotta go, feel free. You gotta go, my man. Don't worry about us. I'll wrap this thing up.
Fire them off with dinner. So how long do you think you're going to be going for? I still got another 10, 15 minutes.
I'll probably go about another 20, 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, okay, so I'll do another 10
minutes. There's a few more things that I did want to talk about.
Yeah,
and you're welcome to stay and we can talk about it.
Yeah, I'll do 1 or 2 topics with you and then let Colin.
What's an upper decker, Jacob, like the bus? No, it's when you take a shit and it sticks out the water. That's what they call an upper decker. Sorry for any crude language there.
It's something different here. It's when you poop in the top in the tank part of the toilet. So in the upper deck of the toilet.
Oh, that is right. You are right. No, you are right. Water. Yeah, you are right. You are right.
I'm classy. I know these things.
Well, as I tried to define that, 18 people left the stream. So that's a very lovely segue there into the success for this channel. But in the light of talking more Tottenham Hotspur football, getting away from it, talking about that football stuff, I did want to acknowledge this little factoid that if y'all didn't know, let me share it this way. Boom. Y'all see that? This is the Tottenham Hotspur all-time goal-scoring leaders right now, and there's Son Heung-min, number 6. So he's up there with some great royalty. I just wanted to say, shout him out, big up yourself right now, Heung-min son, Heung-min dad, Heung-min hunks. Are you okay there, Colin?
All's good. Sorry about that, sir.
Next time you want to drop the mic into your lap, just mute it. Next time you want to have an accident, plan to not have an accident. How about that?
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
No, don't call me sir. You're gonna make me feel old.
Sir. Aren't you like 45? I'm just kidding. I'm playing. I think I'm older than you. We'll talk about this later.
You might be. I thought we gave Arsenal a Cleveland steamer, says Rich. No, if we got the full 3 points. I'm just saying we went to their home, we ate their lunch, shit in their toilet, and we did not flush. That's just it. Danny says, was reading on the official site, Jacob, cross-gen play, still not a feature. They call it cross-play pools, meaning next-gen consoles and PC in a pool, and then all the losers on PS4 like me are with the other losers of the other consoles that don't want to upgrade. So there you go. Colin got very excited hearing Son's name. So Top Deckers is not a chocolate bar. No, it's not Adrian Troca. But there you go. I wanted to just say big shout out to Son Heung-min dad, the one and only. And then as well, so far this season, let me zoom in real quick so you can see it better. The highest rated right backs in the Premier League this season, number 1, Kieran Trippier. Pedro Porro is number 2, and Kyle Walker is number 3. The best right backs are all fully coys.
Chewy?
Oh, I think it's hailing. I was like, is someone on the roof right now? I heard it's starting to hail right now. Can you hear it?
I can, yeah.
It's yeah, bro. It's hailing like a motherfucker. Hopefully my internet don't go out.
Hopefully, yeah.
Before that happens, let me make sure. Let me make sure that I have the redirect on. Did y'all want to say anything about the GOAT right backs that we all have, real quick?
What's that?
I'm not surprised. You know, we all kind of shit on Kieran Trippier when he was here. I know he didn't have a perfect last season with us because of his injuries and whatnot, but he's a great player. I'd say he's the least surprising one on there.
He was overplayed, man. Came out of the World Cup, everything. He was burnt out, and he didn't get a rest. And then on top of that, he gets shafted. He's still a great player. Obviously, he's proving that.
Yep.
Colin, can you put the link for your show in the private chat, please? Because you have 3 different shows, and I don't want to send to the wrong show again that you planned from last year at this day.
Yeah, no, you're good,
got those old. There's 3 of them, and I don't want to send it to the wrong one. So
yeah, no, I got you, buddy.
Well, there you go. It is raining It's very noisy now. Bale was a right back too, says Caveman. Right back
Oh,
FC.
left back, wasn't he?
I thought he was a left
Left
back.
I thought
Yeah.
he was left
Yeah,
back.
yeah. it was
Fullback
last-
FC.
Southampton, wasn't he?
Yeah, he came from
Yeah,
Southampton.
no kidding.
Gareth Bale came from Southampton. Jordan Davis says,
kidding,
y'all need to win a
Jordan, yeah.
trophy before Son leaves Spurs. It's criminal. A player like him and Kane of such quality have never won nothing for you lot.
Yeah.
He deserves something and not an Audi Cup.
I got the Tiger Cup too. Come on, Jordan. Be nice.
Yeah, we did get the Tiger Cup. We also got the Walter
Your power
Toll.
just go?
No, I pulled up a tab.
Oh. I was gonna
No,
say,
I pulled up a
something
tab,
pieces,
and
man.
then it messes with the lighting when I do that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
watch along was fun because I started at 6:45 a.m. so there was no light in here, and then as it went along, the light you could see then it was fully illuminated in here. It was bright as hell. I agree with you, Jordan Davis. It is a shame. We've gotten close. We've knocked on heaven's door a couple of times, and nobody answered, and then we fell back down to earth. So I agree with you, Jordan Davis. You were right, and I want Son to win something very bad. It's unfortunate we're no longer in the Carabao Cup, but the FA Cup is still a mighty possibility. The league, obviously, realistically, I don't believe there's a chance that we can win the league.
Hey,
Realistically,
you
I
know
have
who my
to.
co-host is. You gotta
I
say
know,
double,
I know,
double is on,
and
brother.
shout out Paul Beatty as well. He's the same. That's why I love having him and Kuva on. They feed me the delusions that I already have. They're like they feed that beast. Whereas when I have realist, I just had Sava on, and he's very much don't feed the beast. He
brings you back down to earth.
Yeah, so I do want to caveat
my
saying
hands
realistically, we're not going to win the league. We're not going to challenge for the league. These are narratives that the media is now putting on Spurs to bring that pressure.
Scott's in the chat right now. He'll bring you back down to earth. You know what I mean?
Oh
He's a
yes,
realist.
I love Scott.
He'll
He's
say
always in the
negative,
chat
but he's a
bringing down
realist
the
in reality.
Big up.
That's
I don't.
so nice. Thank you. You can't read that? Dear Jacob and Bobby, you guys are doing a fantastic job. Jacob, your voice is just your voice just oozes sexiness.
Oh my!
Can you please say that Uruguayan player's name?
Bentancur.
Oh, that's the one. Bobby,
Someone's
you're
making
so
popcorn.
ridiculously handsome. You make Sava look. Oh, you took the comment down. Never mind.
I don't think they fit all that in there, but shout out. I appreciate you being here.
Big up.
Yeah, big up every single time. I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm glad that you're
Hopefully,
here.
it's something nice.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're
Hopefully
here.
something nice.
Let's see here. Tripp's got 3 assists that last game. Crossing is quality. He was the right back of the season last season as well in their Champions League push. Colin, did you want to say anything about these fullbacks before I move on?
Real quick, can you just imagine having Kieran Trippier dropping crosses on Richarlison's head? We might get some goals out of Richarlison. Can you imagine him dropping crosses on Richarlison's head though? For real, it would be wild. We'd actually
I don't want to act like that's something that's going to be that great, because even if you drop it right on his head, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be on target, and he's displayed that a few times at least.
You're right, but the only time that I can remember him really scoring for us at all ever has been with his head, and with Perisic gone, I know that Porro can put it in a cross, but that's all we got.
That's some gnarly hail on radar, maybe $50 to golf ball size. C. Sherman, I think he works in the extreme weather. Yeah, big up C. Sherman every single time.
He was tech support for me today, my man. Got that whole channel sorted out. Kids were well pumped, man, when they came home. Thank you, brother.
Oh, hell yeah. Big up C. Sherman every single time.
Big up.
There's a link for Colin's show, but no need to worry. I will directly send you there as soon as this is over, so don't you worry. Here we go again. Wait for people calling for Son to leave to get a trophy. I think it's going to be the Spursiest thing when we win a trophy our first season without Harry Kane, or our second season if it comes to fruition. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to compete, especially next year, for both league cups. I'm talking Carabao, I'm talking FA Cup. We should be able to compete in those. We're building the Ange Postecoglou team. We're building the ethos. I don't know if either one of you guys get much of a chance to watch the Spurs U21 play and the academy play, but they're playing a lot the same way. These fullbacks are flying down the pitch, center backs on the ball, driving forward, long passes. They're doing the same types of things, and we're really building an identity here. So that's why the title of the show, the thumbnail at least, it is absolutely coming down. I really hope my shoes outside are okay. Yeah, sometimes it comes when that shit come in sideways. You never know how it's gonna hit your shoes. Jacob, do you believe the Kane conspiracy ever since he joined in 2009 after we won the Carabao Cup? We didn't win anything. I'm just hoping we get a trophy under Ange. That's what I'm saying. It would be very.
One of my kids said that. I'm not going to say which one so he doesn't get blasted, but he says he believes
blast them both.
The Kane
Blast
curse.
them both.
Thanks, Colin. Throw your own damn kids under the bus. I throw my kids under the bus. Oh, what's this? Hold on, I got this.
Big shout out to our Korean viewer real quick.
Nice.
Ben Kaufman translated it real quick. I just don't want to spend too much time. There's a shit ton of comments, and I don't want to spend too much time on any one specifically. But there's the Google Translate.
Yeah,
so it's not a good thing that we drew away, and I agree with that, Ben Kaufman. It's not. Tottenham won. It was absolutely the ref's fault. I don't like to blame things on the ref personally. We could have won that game outside of the ref's bad decisions, but I do agree we should have won that. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody here. TJ Warren with a super chat that I did miss. Big up TJ Warren. A gooner, but a good guy, but he's a gooner. TJ Waffle TV is in the house. Big up Bobby K and Jacob, two of the biggest waffle merchants on YouTube. I'll bring the syrup. No Chicky Sandy for you, Jacob. We did have a cheeky little bet. I don't like to bet money. I don't like to say do 100, do a 10, or do it. Bro, I bet you a chicken sandwich, and I think that's a very good bet because you know what? If at the end of the day you bought a chicken sandwich for someone, at least you fed somebody a very tasty meal. So big up TJ Warren TV for the first super chat of the day. But also want to say real quick, big up to Chris grabbing his membership. And then also Chris Peters has gifted 15 memberships during this show.
He did 5 more while I was coming back down to log in.
He did 15.
Legend.
He did 15.
Wow.
Chris,
15 new members
Nice.
because of
Santa-
Chris
we're gonna change
Peters.
it to
So
Santa Chris.
yeah, so big
Dang.
shout out to Chris Peters every single time.
Yeah, man.
And big shout out to all the new subscribers as well. Big shout out. I see 182 votes in the chat right now, 144 likes. Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. If 6 more likes, we can hit 150. That'll be absolutely great. 182 votes, though. Let's see. Now that we have more neutrals in the chat, it's still saying 52%. We're thrilled, we're moist, and we're excited to see what the future holds. 40% says, love what I see, but more work to do. 5% says, we still suck, but lucky so far. And then another 3% says, Super NES makes my luggage drip. And I like that choice personally. So big up TJ Warren. TJ Waffle, TV. A Gooner, an American. He is my compadre, but he is also my enemy. He does waffle all the time, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy at the end of it. Lego Man was not happy when he found some brown bricks in the sink. That's what I'm saying. We mutilated their bathrooms. We went there and mutilated them. Chris Peters is a GOAT. Big up Chris Peters.
Yeah, man.
Hell yes, he is. Go Chris Peters.
Yeah, all love. And big shout out to our Korean viewer. Don't know what you're saying, but I love the love that you're here.
Just says right there, Jacob, you're the GOAT. Says right there, Jacob, you're the GOAT. Really nice guest you got on. The one in the middle is extremely handsome. Thank you.
Well, I agree. The one in the middle is extremely handsome.
I'd do him.
He's so handsome, that one in the middle.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But big up indeed. Got a couple more subjects I want to run through. I also got all these questions started that we got to run through, so I'll do that while I bring up the next subject. Dry Rose Peanut says, is Sonny only second to Haaland as striker in the league? Real quick, anyone think there's a striker in between Haaland and Sonny as far as quality level? Colin, I'll let you go first.
So Isak from Newcastle, is really good, and I think that he's definitely like up there if he can up the consistency a bit. I'd say consistency and skill wise, Sonny is second. I don't really have any arguments with it. I mean, you could argue against it, but I don't have a strong enough argument against it to say it, So I guess I'm agreeing, but you could make arguments for other people. I just don't want to because I love Sonny. What about you, Bob?
Well, there you go.
Well, you comparing it, you would compare it to the other traditional top 6. So, Man City's Haaland, obviously. Man United, do they even have a striker? Can we?
It's
Rasmus
Højlund.
He just came back from injury, so it's rule them out now. Chelsea, they don't have a striker.
And Kunku,
Right, Jackson. What's his name?
He hasn't played, and he's technically like a center forward /
He's
cam.
more of a cam, yeah. He's more of a
Yeah.
cam. But they've got Nicholas Jackson, whatever the kid's name is.
Yeah, and I love the video they did with Mrs.
Gabriel.
Jackson. Did you see what the one where they did, Bobby? They blew the goal up by 325%
yes,
on
it
one
was
of his
300
shots.
There's
There's 325% growth on the net, and he would have made it. That's how large the goal needed to be. They are trolling him so hard. So that's a good point. When you look at the league, maybe it's just a lack of true out and out strikers right now. That's just
Who are you comparing him to, really, right?
I mean, yeah. Who can we compare him to? Because
what single striker is going to push numbers as high as who's going to even challenge?
Mo Salah,
maybe Salah, but he's a winger, right? Will Nunez maybe get enough assists from Salah to push up there and maybe
Nunez is going to have a hell of a
the
second
kid
half
over on
season.
Matoma over there? He's been.
Well, he's not a striker. He's a left winger.
He's another winger, right? So.
Yeah.
And then,
So when you talk about strikers, it's really hard to even think of one that really breaks the barrier there.
But I think if anybody's going to push Holland for the golden boot, if he's up there, then it'll be Sonny and Salah. If anybody in the league.
All right, there's something. There it is.
I would agree with you.
There's a picture I'm pulling up right now that I really feel like adds to this conversation, because when you look at not just as a striker but the finishing, and I wanted to talk about this with Sava while he was here a little bit, but I'm gonna pull this photo up here. This is the angle from the goal. Look how tight of an angle that is for him to squeeze it. First touch after James Maddison absolutely spun Buhu Saka in a circle, made him question where he even was. He thought north was up, south was down, and actually that is the truth. But anyway, he said this right here, I don't know any fucking strikers that's putting that away. First time touch in between three people. Look at, I mean, the guy in the videos they talk about there's an inch on either side that to give or take that you could mess it up by, but it had to be perfect, and it was. It's absolutely clinical. So when you look at, I don't know, I can't answer this question because I don't think that there is one right now. Dry roast peanut, maybe Holland. I don't even think Holland finishes this. When you look at Son's first goal on the season as well, the cheeky little chip over the keeper, you would have thought that was his 10th goal of the season or something. Like he had been doing it all season long, but absolutely immense what he's been able to do. So no one's finishing that. And again, I said this when Sava was here. If you look at the finishes and how he finishes his touches, this is why I'm not listening to any argument as to why Richarlison should get a chance at the striker position. I don't care if he comes in and hits two-headed goals in that position. This type of finish, when you need it in crunch time, you don't get that. Look at the second goal as well. I don't want to harp too long again. This game is over, but tomorrow is when I will start looking at Liverpool. So this is the last time for me to really go on and bang my chest about this match. But Heung-min Son, this is the first finish. Absolutely fantastic. The second finish, calm as you like. We just went down a goal. All the pressure's on him to mess that up. All you have to do is be clinical with your right boot. And what was he? Clinical with his right boot. 2-2. The story will be told. So for me, absolutely phenomenal work there. Also, I saw this. Don't know how true this is. You know how rumors come out when it's not the transfer window. Allegedly, Sassuolo winger Armand Loriente, his agent has told this motherfucker, whoever that is, with 168,000 followers, he told them that Tottenham have been interested in his client. So officially, that's at least what they'll be saying. So I did star that because I want to talk about it. Again, this is some Buhu Saka stuff. I don't really care about it anymore. Our next 4 games, I thought it was funny because the acronym is HAHA. We're home to Liverpool, away to Luton Town, home to Fulham, and then away to Crystal Palace. This guy thinks, am I insane to expect 12 out of 12 points? Bobby, I'll go to you first. Looking at these 4 fixtures we have, home and away, it's back and forth. How many points realistically out of 12 you see us getting?
Realistically,
yeah.
10.
Excuse the hail, everybody. I apologize.
I think Liverpool aren't just going to be walked over. I hope we win this weekend, but I'm not going to discount a draw. But those next 3 they should be the games we win. So I'll put a safe bet and say 10. But I can see us pulling 12 out of that.
You can see 12. So you're saying we can beat Liverpool?
I can see 12. Yeah, of course.
What do you real quick? I know I
You
said
wouldn't got a
tomorrow I'm
point
going to be
at-
looking at
at
Liverpool, but
the Emirates
initially,
after
what
4
tells you?
years.
So,
What's that?
sorry, say that again. I was talking while you were.
So sorry. We went and got a point at Anfield, at the Emirates after.
Yeah.
You know, so we're punching way.
Is it
above
more
what
of
was
just?
expected.
But Bobby, is it more that you feel like anything is possible right now because of because of this beautiful bastard to our left?
I'm right. Yeah.
That-
Wait, I'm below you.
100%, Jacob. He's
I'm
got
below
me.
you guys.
He's got me motivated, man. I'm freaking loving everything about what's going on right now. I'm on the happy-go-lucky train. I was already a happy clapper. Now I'm freaking driving that choo-choo train, man. I'm deluded happy clapper now. You know, I'm the exact fan Scott M hates, and I love you, Scott.
Man, shout out Scott. There's the links again. Big up Ben Kaufman for plugging those links for Three Spurs Boys Talking Ball Call. Akshay Maria says Tony at Arsenal will do that finish from Son. I don't think so. He might, but we don't know. Scott M says with Kane gone, Tony out, and Ferguson still so young. Not a lot of strikers right now in the Premier League. Scott M, shout him out. His finishing is world class, and even this is what I wanted to ask Sava when he was here was Sava's been critical of Sonny, but he's even said that he believes Sonny is a world class finisher. So even if you don't think he's an overall world class footballer, finishing in the box, around the box, outside the box, I think he's a world class finisher. I would argue he's a world class player, and he's going to prove that this season, but we will see. The hail is coming down. I don't know when and if my internet will hold up. So let me keep going while I still got y'all here. Getting some funky looking messages. As you can hear, there's some egregious noises coming from outside. Great instinct from Sun, says Rampage scratching. Big up Rampage. That's a rival in here showing some love. In the EPL, number one is Sun. I would agree with you, but I do have Tottenham biased lenses on. So let's be honest. HJD says, may it continue against Liverpool on Saturday. I hope, I pray, may it continue, please. Big up. Hello and good evening all from Nana Hotspur. Big up, Nana Hotspur. HJD says, I will take 10 points from this. So that's, I'm assuming, a draw versus Liverpool and then 3 straight wins. Colin, out of these next 4 fixtures, how do you see this shaking out?
In the past, it would be very Spurs to win against Liverpool and then drop points somewhere else. And if it were conventional Tottenham, I'd say we're going to win against Liverpool, win against Luton Town and Fulham, and then get a nasty draw against Crystal Palace. They've got players that I think could hurt us, and I could just see our luck running out. We go undefeated that long, 8 games or 9 games, whatever, we'll be at that point, and then, maybe draw or lose at Crystal Palace. So 10 also.
You really think we'll draw or lose at Crystal Palace? They can't even get a goal.
I don't say what I want.
I see Scott's prediction too. He says loss to Liverpool, win at Luton, win at Fulham. I would be more concerned about Fulham at home than I would away at Crystal Palace. I ain't really concerned about Crystal Palace, to be honest. But go ahead.
They've got good players. They've got players on their squad that we would have loved to have and that I think can give us problems. I don't think that they're a better squad than us, but
did you watch them play today? Did you watch? I know it wasn't their strongest 11, but they just don't do anything.
Didn't look impressive.
They're just there. They're literally the punching bag at the gym waiting to be punched on. But
good for us. Hopefully we can get them. They've been notoriously a club that has taken points off of us, so I'm just thinking, I guess, back to the past, but not with this new look Ange ball we've got.
Chris Peters, big up Chris Peters, says you're welcome all for the memberships. Big up Chris Peters for that. And then Scott saying it's not that Palace are good, but we aren't good either, and we'll drop points against bad teams. For me, Scott, I do think we are good. I think you're wrong. I think we are good, but keep sleeping. The longer people sleep, the better it is for us. And that's the narrative there. Colin, I'm going to let you go. Bobby's got to go. I'm going to end the show. I'm going to live send y'all over to Colin. He is starting right now. He was going to start at the top of the hour, but he pushed it back just so he could be here for us. So big up Colin for that.
Thanks, man. See you guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Bobby, do you have any final thoughts before I let you go as well?
You know what? My final thought is it's been a great day, and I enjoyed spending this time with you, my friend.
Oh, there we go. And let's get that pro clubs. I'm
and,
starting
you
it
know-
tonight.
Chris.
Oh.
Well,
Whoa, sorry, misclick there. Whoopsie.
that one right there.
Yeah, but he's on Xbox.
What?
He's on Xbox.
Yeah, try adding him to PS. I don't know, dude. Try finding him. I don't know.
He won't be able to.
Okay, I'm trying to finish a show here. Thanks. Try it. I don't know.
No, Jay's just trying to add David Harris there, but he's cross-platform saying it won't work. I don't know. We'll figure it out. No, right now, Jacob, we're motivated. We're pumped. Let's just keep riding the wave. Things are good right now. They're on the up and up. The wheels come off, they come off. Then those people that doubted everything right from the beginning will be there to say, I told you so. And or they'll have to shut up. So let's hope we shut them up. I look forward to God am flying over here and having a nice dinner with me and sitting on my lap and rubbing my hair as he tells me
Ange
that
Postecoglou.
as he apologizes to me for not coming to the delusional side of the Force. Come to the dark side, Scott.
You hear that, Scott? You got an invitation waiting, my friend. But we are over 2 hours here. So my final thought before I end this off is to say I do appreciate everyone that came over from Never a Foul and rated us with love. I do appreciate everyone. I did miss some of the questions in the chat, and I do apologize. There was just a lot going on, a lot of guests and stuff, so I did miss some of these starred questions, and I do heavily apologize. But big shout out to Chris Peters. He gifted 15 member.
10-second answers on every question.
Okay, let's do it real quick.
And get over to
Jason-
the free Spurs boy.
Yeah.
Boys, links are in the chat. Come on, give us some
Come on,
subs.
Jason Bell. Will Ange be able to keep up the squad's mentality high after the even after bad setbacks? Yes, I said yes. When we inevitably fight these losses, we will come back stronger than them. Dry roast peanut.
Harder. Yeah.
Harder. If Son replaces Kane up top, who replaces Son? For me, I'd like Matoma. Who's your ideal left wing? Matoma?
I agree. Matoma's
Give me
great.
Rafael Leao. Next question.
Great, but let's face it, Matoma's lighting it up in the EPL. Carry it on.
That is true, and one is playing in the Serie A, and that's not the same thing as the Premier League. So you probably have a good point there, and argument for Matoma being over Rafael. Todd Spurs question: Jacob Sava, do you think that Ange's current success with Spurs maybe brought us some sort of peace for the fans for Levy, but at the same time put more pressure on Levy to get it right this time? I think the pressure's always been on Levy. It's going to continue to be on Levy until things are right, and until we're winning and a sustained winning, not just winning a one-off like a Leicester City, then getting relegated. Winning with sustained success. That's what I would say.
I completely agree with what he said. That was a legendary question and answer. Next.
There we go. Next, talking ball. Who starts versus Liverpool, Johnson or Kulu? On the right. It could be both. I'm saying both. Kulu and Johnson are starting.
Both starting on the right?
Yeah.
Both
That's
starting
what
in the same spot?
No. Both.
Pick one.
He says who starts.
Pick one.
Doesn't say the
Pick
right.
one.
Doesn't
Just
say
pick
the
one
right.
on the right. Damn it. Pick one on the right.
Kulu.
We'll say-
It's going to be Kulu. It's going to be Kulu.
Johnson. There. We
There we
did
go.
speak just for the sake of
Is it
Go
time
on.
to move
Let's go.
Richie in January, says Beer Talk? No, I don't
No.
think so. If anything, his value would be much too low. We won't get a return on investment there.
100%. Exactly. What he said.
There you go.
You're
There
great,
you
Jacob.
go.
Keep it up.
We just
You're
ran
great.
that's it.
That's
Because
it.
next is a super chat from TJ Warren.
Big
So
up,
big up
TJ.
TJ Warren
Enjoy
for the
your
super
chocolate syrup
chat.
on your waffles.
Big up everyone who became a new member. Shout out Chris Peters. And then shout out Green Chris. Green Chris also grabbed their membership. And then again, before you go, if you haven't already, go on over, click that link. I showed you a million times on this show how to support one of our own. Sava is up for new content creator of the year. So go ahead and vote for him. Show some love. It's pinned to the top. It'll take you 35 seconds if you're savvy with technology, 65 seconds if you're not. So
3 minutes
not,
if you're anything like me.
not very long at all. 50 miles per hour per answer. That is correct, Chris Peters. I'm trying to wrap this show up and get it going. Question 3-1 Spurs. Absolutely. I think maybe 3-2.
Oh, we didn't do score predictions. Oh my God, are we doing score predictions quickly too?
No, I'm doing more previews later on the week. We'll do those later. So don't worry. But Faz Radfar was here. Just wanted to address that. But big up every single person in the chat. Let me end that poll. Let me check the vibe before I say goodnight. The vibe,
What's the vibe?
200,
What's the vibe?
200 votes and 155 likes. That's 45 people who
Is that enough?
participated
Are you
in the
satisfied?
poll. No. Well, I mean, honestly, 155 likes. How can I really complain about anything? So you're right. I am happy with that. But I would say there's 45 people who were here clicking and they just didn't click the like. But big up those 45. But more importantly, big up the 156 who have 157 shout out that new one. But big up to y'all who did hit that like. I appreciate it very much. But Bobby's got to go make dinner for the family. I've got to go make sure my shoes aren't in a river right now. But there is the link for Spurs boys. Go subscribe right now. If everyone right now went and subscribed, they would hit 1K right now. So everyone go subscribe if you haven't already. Show some love. And big up to our Korean friend. I don't know what you said, but I'd appreciate the love.
We like it.
We love it.
If it's positive.
And long may it continue. So big up. Appreciate you all. But as always, got to sign this off in typical fashion. I'm going to say this, y'all. Stay fresh. Stay blessed. Up the lads. And come on, you Spurs. Quiz.